One.
Yeah. All right. Well, so, yep, that happened. We're back, though. It's been a remarkably long time since...
It's been like, what, like at least a month?
Well, we had that one mini session.
That doesn't count. Not the entire group was here.
Well, you're right. Not the entire group
I had
was
to
here,
play.
and then you were very distraught the entire time because you couldn't take a long time.
Yeah.
Well, you've been distraught actually for like 4 or 5 sessions now?
Something.
Stop. Who's been tracking it, right? Who's been counting? But it has been a remarkably long time since we have actually all been able to be here. It's really funny because, kind of like what I mentioned before, we had like one person who'd be sick, and then another person who would end up being like out for whatever reason, and then we'd have another person who's like moving, and then another person like just everything was kind of happening. Nobody was here, but sickness, disease, all the elements were here with 4 of the 5.
They tried to get me yesterday, but I'm good today.
Yes. Right. Well, so you're good, right?
Yeah, I'm good. No, it's just my allergy season.
Now we're canceling all of next month.
But you probably plague has made its way to Millennial Tavern.
I'm just making it authentic.
Oh, that's what it is, right?
We're pulling outside again.
Yes, bring in the full-fledged experience. Well, so to keep you guys in the loop a little bit, we actually have a new little thing over here. So this is going to end up being the actual start of the tavern. So we have this little made by yours truly. It is a little bar that is going to end up working as a additional DM screen, so I can go ahead and hide anything that I want back there, and also stock everything. So it's going to be a little bit of everything, which I'm really excited for. But that's not what we're really excited for, is that, guys?
No, we're excited for something else.
For D&D.
Yay! Something else?
For the first time in a long time, we're ready for it. So, a lot of time has passed since we last played. So let's go ahead and recap a little bit farther back. So let's start like closer to the keep. So when you guys were like just now getting into the keep, let's kind of start roughly around there. So who wants to go ahead and lead off a little bit of a recap?
Crazy.
When we were entering the keep? Leaving the keep.
Wherever if you feel like that's the best place to start.
I think we're good to just start after the keep.
After, okay. Yeah,
I mean, we pretty much were able to get out of the keep and get our equipment back.
Right.
And then
You guys got a lot of documents and stuff too when you were in there.
Yeah.
Free loot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys also end up getting a lot of like relics and things like that.
Yeah.
You took a bunch of
treasures and
some
stuff.
treasures. And
Some cursed items.
Yeah.
Well, one.
Magical items that are cursed.
You want to add that asterisk next to it to make yourself feel good.
Hey, a cursed item is a magical item, okay?
Anyways, yeah, I mean, we came out of it with some good stuff, sort of good stuff, and some great stuff. And then we got our normal stuff back and picked up some people along the way and ensued some riots and got out of the city and killed some invaders.
Yes, you did.
Imperial scum.
Yeah.
That's Imperial scum. Yeah.
Hey, we don't know what their agenda is.
Well,
They could be the good guys.
The Empire is.
Never know.
I mean, yeah.
Empires
I'm full
rarely
Empire.
ever do. Those dirty rebels deserved it.
Let's go!
You haven't watched any TV show ever?
I mean, for the most part, we were able to get out of the city
Right.
pretty unscathed for the most part. And then it got
Most.
pretty much. I didn't say we were like unscathed completely.
Nobody died.
The
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the
the
main
definition
goal.
of unscathed. So
Exactly.
I guess.
Then we got to the gates is when it kind of started getting interesting. Kind of got barraged by arrows, so we kind of had to try to get through that and rescue some people that were following us and keep them safe, which we were able to do. And then we finally did enough damage to those Imperials for them just to let us go, so we got past them. And then that kind of got into our last session, which was where we kind of split the party a little bit. me and Dino, and at the time, his wife Ariel was playing a sub character, and we kind of scouted ahead while the rest of our group stayed behind with the civilians that were hurt. We did bring Henry with us, the one civilian that sort of fight. He died though.
Rip Henry.
Yep, he died. So we're gonna have to probably deliver that news to his son at some point.
If we ever,
If we ever see his son.
If we ever see him, yeah.
Yeah.
we know where his son lives.
It's not creepy at all.
Talk about
Dino had to take the brunt of the fighting during the second half of the fighting in that session because I was pretty wrecked.
I took care of it. I handled it.
Yeah.
I handled it.
No,
You handled it with a lot of vigor,
A
actually.
lot of vigor, a lot of
merciless
charisma.
charisma. Yes.
Yes.
there you go.
Merciless charisma.
Yeah.
And me and Dino got bit by werewolves, so
Oh, did that
That's
happen?
cool.
yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So-
That sounds like nothing will come.
Yeah.
I'm not
Ever
bad.
We
bad
failed a
habits.
couple of Constitution saving throws. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine.
Sleep it off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As bad as ever.
As long as we get a long rest, we're good.
Yeah.
A long rest fixes everything.
A wrong Greg's fist is
Just
everything.
in 5
Everything.
right? Yeah. Anyways,
So you got, but they gave you safe passage.
yeah,
So.
they basically once we beat them, they said.
Well, you killed more so, like.
Yeah.
Some of the lead
there was
members were-
still a lot left.
Well, there were, but you
It
killed
was
some of
a
the lead
good
members.
bargain.
It was a good bargain. Yeah.
Anyway,
It was
so they allowed us to go ahead and have safe passage through the woods. They won't attack us or anybody who's with us, so we were kind of good on that front. Whether there's other things that are going to attack us later on, so I'm sure is going to happen, according to the board.
I mean, it could. Or I could have just set all this up for the explicit purpose of showing off
Yeah.
these amazing new things that got painted. So
too.
Oscar's wife is actually going through, and I got a new 3D printer, so I'm printing like a lot more stuff. Like you can see, I'm printing buildings and large trees now, which are very exciting. But these are all actually being painted by Oscar's wife. Yes. Modular.
Yeah, module.
Ooh.
But all to say, so we have a bunch of our stuff that's being printed off too, so it's going to be making the sessions a little more fun on the battle map. So we're excited for that. Also, massive new battle map. It is like basically the size of the entire table for all intents and purposes. But yeah, so all to say, I think that's the excellent recap.
That's pretty much it.
I think that's pretty much
I
it.
don't think of anything else.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
we're still on our way to Grandma's house.
Yes, on your way to Grandma's house.
Into the woods
the
together.
end. So as you guys end up doing that, so let's go ahead and bring it back in and actually start the session because we haven't done this in a while. So as we resume our adventuring, kind of go back to our adventuring party, the IRS. You were going through the woods and
That's our group name.
Wait, have we never?
No, I've never known that this entire time.
We don't know exactly what it means. That's just the name.
No, I'm out.
so as the IRS is waltzing its way through the woods, you end up reconvening with the rest of the party, end up talking a little bit to the citizen and kind of telling them we need to go this direction. We're only about like a mile or 2 miles away. So as you end up making that rest of that walk over, you end up getting to this area where you kind of know it's a path. And as you make your way onto the path, you end up seeing it's heading off, but you see this little road that's kind of winding off through. One of the gentlemen behind actually tells you that this is the direction of the
Well, perfect. Let's try to just watch where we're going and see if we can get in and get some rest.
Yeah.
Dino, you might want to take point. Still not feeling too well.
That, of course, the most capable one will take point. Alright. I'll take point and start heading down the trail.
Okay.
Is there really anything to fear inside these woods beyond this cabin that we've been expecting to come to?
I mean, the only thing we've come across is the werewolves, but they said we have safe passage now, so we will have to see. We're just gonna have to take that gamble.
Okay. So who all is going down the road? Everyone, or
Pretty much,
just-
I
I'm
mean,
just
I would say we all
continuously
kind of-
walking.
Why not?
Yeah, sure.
I will happily walk alongside you.
Okay. All right. So the two of you up front, both you go ahead and roll perception for me.
Already?
No, Alex.
Holy shit!
Oh, Alec, you're in front? You're right
Yup.
next to him.
That's me.
I'll be in the back
Motherfucking
behind
13.
Okay. right, so 13,
11.
11. Okay, so as you guys are both walking up, you end up noticing that there's actually a light kind of flickering inside, almost like there's like fire. You also
The
notice a
house is
little bit
on
of
fire?
smoke. Yes, the stone house is on
The
fire.
house is on fire.
But you also notice there's some smoke coming out of it.
It's like somebody's house.
House is smoke. Any good aromas emanating from said house?
Yes, actually, that's something you get with your
Is there a
13.
fresh big pot in the
So-
window?
There's no fresh
Grabbing your nose and pulling you.
Yeah. But you do end up picking up on a very, very nice like rabbit.
I think it's time. Time days.
It's like ridiculously late. Like you're probably at this point talking like 11, 12 o'clock.
Summer.
I'm sorry, why is somebody making dinner at 11, 12 o'clock at night? Especially an old woman.
Expressly for visitors like ourselves. Let's announce ourselves.
Unless it's some kind of like perpetual stew.
Just always do. Just always. It never
You all
stops.
really believe the whole witch moves around here?
we,
Not every old crank in the woods is a witch.
we've actually killed a witch before in the
See,
swamps.
there should be nothing to fear. Especially witch slayers.
Well, that's the reason why I am what I am.
Ah.
Because of the witch. So.
No, I think I still have it. Hold on a minute.
Do you still have the head of the witch?
No. Actually, the blood stain is still in the bag. You want to see it? Yeah, we gave it to the back to the vanity. That's what we did. I do have a ring still. It's fairly nice. Anyways, let's get going. It smells delicious.
Wait, you have a ring?
What ring?
You have her ring? Is that what you
I
said?
didn't say that.
This is a character.
No, this is in character.
No,
This is all in character. This is all in
No, it's
character.
100.
Sorry. I do it. What's your ring?
Okay, good. You're not getting it. Fuck off. All right, let's go.
Does he have two cursed items?
I keep going.
Okay.
I go all the way over here.
All right, as you get all the way up to the edge of that trailhead, you're gonna end up like hearing something kind of go right next to the ground.
Okay, I look around the ground.
Is there an arrow planted in the ground?
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Yeah, you're gonna see it. You're gonna guys both gonna see an arrow right in front of the ground.
Ah.
I'll look for a shooter.
They're in the trees!
You're gonna end up seeing. You're gonna see as you're looking around. You're gonna see this old lady's little crossbow staying in the window. Like, don't come any closer, dearies. You see her kind of like pull back the crossbow, kind of struggling through the window.
Oh,
Granny got the gat.
damn it, you beat me to my life! Granny's strapped. No worries. We did not come to harm yet. We are all just weary travelers.
You are all Imperials?
No.
No, madam. By all means, we are not Imperials. In fact, we just escaped from the holdout city of Pike because the Imperials actually took over the entire town. Formidable city, that is.
I've heard that
That's
the
wrong.
Imperials are very rude.
Oh, very rude.
You're right, correct.
drew
They cook
swords
their
at us.
enemies and eat them.
I'd believe it, honestly. I would.
Very rude. Couple of.
But they don't spice them at all. So it's just really just unflavored bad.
bland. No salt.
The kind
At
that
all.
think that salt is spicy. If you believe that. I don't believe that.
That sounds absolutely terrible.
But from what I could smell, madam, your cooking smells quite spicy and delicious. And we
roll performance really quick.
Remarkable.
performance or persuasion?
Performance.
9.
Go on.
Oh.
Carry on.
I like what you said.
What else do you like about it?
No, ma'am, we were actually wondering if we could stay here the night, perhaps get some rest, and we'd be more than willing to pay for your services and your hospitality.
Who are all they behind you?
We are all refugees, as it stands. We're on our way. Where are we headed after this? To
Shadowstone.
What's it called?
Shadowstone.
Shadows. heading to Shadowstone, and this is merely just a stop along. If you wouldn't mind having us, if you'd like, we can deposit our weapons somewhere if that makes you feel safe. But we mean you no harm. In fact, we mean to love your food as much as anyone could.
Well, that is much better than what I thought it was. I'm feeling so much better. Sorry about that. I had to put this. You see her kind of like just kind of shuffling out and like kind of open the door and everything. I didn't mean to put on this act. I just need to be a little more frightening to everyone. I just don't want to be harmed in the woods. Please, please come inside. Come inside. So you like rabbit stew?
Absolutely. I would love rabbit
So
stew.
delicious.
So there is a lot of you. I don't exactly have enough room for all that. But please do come inside.
Would you like us to take our shoes off?
Oh yes, that'd be fantastic. Thank you.
Everyone would kindly leave their boots outside. Try not to get too much in my head, maybe.
Why don't we let this civilians?
Mr.
You can say it, ma'am. He's a goblin. He's a little green fella, but he means well.
Well, you're red.
Yeah.
You smell of guts and blood. Is everything okay?
I should see the other guy.
I wouldn't want to.
Nah. That probably would have ruined your appetite, man. Honestly, there was.
There's a well up back if you can go clean yourself a little bit.
Didn't want to be rude. I apologize, man.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fall in the well.
No.
And the well's a mimic. No.
Just kill him already instead.
Do you know? I would probably suggest the civilians probably get inside first. We were kind of.
So each of the civilians counts for 2, except for the one that was Sydney. Just because you guys were talking to her earlier.
Who was Sydney?
It's
Cynthia.
Or Cynthia. Sorry, Cynthia.
Oh, was she the rando chick that we picked up?
Yeah, she was like the first one that we kind of started saving. She was like one of the servants.
Before we pushed through the gatehouse.
That was like as we were leaving the keep.
Hmm.
She was like running out, like looking for help.
True.
So all the ones that look the same are in 2s, though. So just so you guys know.
Okay. All right. Well, which one are we using as Cynthia?
The one that's not a duplicate, so the one in the back.
This one here?
Yeah. Just leaving 2 of them standing together. Nothing bad has ever happened from that.
Yeah, so why don't let you guys go get inside, try to get warm, and get some rest. And I'm sure this nice lady will be able to accommodate you guys. So, how many of them can actually go inside?
So we'll say the civilians, because it's mostly going to be like couples and like women and children, so like that.
Yeah.
They're able to occupy the same space. That's why I have them paired up. And, like.
Oh, I got okay.
So if they can fit inside, they can fit inside.
Okay, well then I'll just use because there's 1, 2. So I'll just put 3 of them in there, and we'll just consider them 6 of them in there. 1, 2, 3. Good, go in there. And,
Would it perhaps be a good idea to post a watch tonight? Just in case we might have any followers.
yeah, that's probably a good idea. I mean, we could probably go ahead and rest out here. Leave this inside for now.
Oh, I didn't mean me personally.
I mean, fine. Just go inside.
Someone else.
You're
to
looking pretty
stand
banged up.
watch.
You need to go inside.
I'm fine. I can just get some rest out here. What if somebody else is out there or something?
Excuse me, dearies. So they're all having some stew. Would you like some stew as well?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Yes. I'll be right back. You see her kind of run aside. She's kind of like helping the other people. You hear some of them kind of just like chatting. Mostly it's just her, just kind of babbling on and on about random things.
I would love to hear what she's babbling about.
So what you're gonna end up hearing, saying, "Yes, I remember back in my time when the Holdout City of Pike initially established. It was a spectacle just to be seen. It was just, it felt like the castle and everything. It just came to be one day, and we all just acknowledged it and knew that this was going to be the holdout city of Pike. It felt like it was years ago, decades almost. And then after I heard of these miraculous things happening, I had to come over here, and not being able to really get in the city myself, and there's damn gnomes just screwing everything up for the rest of us. But I knew that I could find my place outside of the city. That's why I established this here. And she just kind of going on about that.
You're not in earshot.
You know what they say.
This is true, actually. You're not here, Sean.
The holdout city of Pike wasn't built in a day.
You're right. It wasn't. And you know what the craziest part was about all of this that I just loved so much? Is what the Lord and his men have really brought. And these Imperials come to just ruin it all.
That's what I'm saying.
It's terrible.
No,
It's terrible. what the
everybody in
Imperials
the city understands the blight of the Imperial forces that like to just trample everything over, claim it as theirs, say, oh, we did this because they were crazy, oh, there was a cult inside. But you can't believe everything the Imperials say,
No, you
because they
can't.
control the narrative.
Well, the craziest part about all this, to me, keep in mind, I have been around for going on maybe 80, 90 years now. It's a spectacle, really. They go around, they do these things, and they capture people, eat them alive, and I can't. Okay, so what are you guys doing?
I stealthily tried to like walk away because I want to like peek in the windows.
Okay. Yeah, so what do you roll for yourself?
21.
Okay.
Do I see anything through this window?
In the window? Yes, you're going to end up seeing what looks like a little bit of a bed. And you're going to end up seeing a little bit of a bookshelf that has some miscellaneous stuff on it.
Nothing that sticks out though. It's just normal
Well,
bedroom.
you end up seeing it looks like there's a couple potions on there and a couple of different books. And it looks like there's also one or two like paintings that look like of what you would probably assume to be like family, friends, or relatives.
Then I guess I'm gonna walk over here to the bed as well.
Okay. You're going to see Dino is just completely bathing himself.
Like inside. Is he naked? He's not red.
Well, I was gonna come get a drink of water, but now I'm not. What? What did you do?
Ruined the whole city.
He's a very
You-
What do you
dirty
think
boy.
I'm doing?
You ruined the well.
I'm clean. We're just gonna get a new whale after this. It's fine. Anyways,
I just
think
shake my
this
head
is
and turn
pretty-
around and walk away.
I think it's clean enough.
I guess as he starts walking back, I stop him.
Okay.
Do you feel like okay, Dina?
No, no. Really just want to go on rest.
That's fine, but I appreciate you having my back in that last fight that we had. Something seemed off.
Because of what?
Well, it just seemed a little more savage than usual. I mean, I understand that we were escaping a city, but
Yeah, we were being shot upon by dozens of arrows. Got shot many times by them. Hurt a bitch. And then we were being hunted by werewolves, nearly eaten. I saw you fall down. And of course, well, while we had some help, I had to keep them off of everyone else.
and
So-
it's fine. I understand that, but that's the only problem right now.
Yeah, that's the only problem.
She's making stew if you're hungry.
Stop. Let's go.
Let's go get some.
All right, so as you guys end up coming back, you end up hearing a little bit the tail end of the old lady as she's passing out stew to Arthur outside, and I'm assuming Elena's back.
I
at this
went
point.
inside.
Oh, you went inside.
I'm not
So
staying inside.
okay, so you're gonna see him. You're gonna see her kind of like passing it around to Arthur, and then kind of like peeking outside the door to see if anyone's out there. But the worst part about everything growing up in my day, then she's gonna end up singing. Oh, yeah, sorry, Stu.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Here you go. Here you go.
Finally.
I want to do a perception check.
Okay. You mean investigation, not really perception.
Okay. Yeah, investigation. See if I see anything fishy or sense anything fishy about it.
I mean, there's fishing.
16.
Got scarf it down.
There's no fish, it's rabbit.
Got him.
Is it safe to eat?
From what you can tell, it's completely safe. It's just miscellaneous herbs. You get a little bit of parsley. Got some carrots in there. It's just probably just tough and gamey. Most rabbit stew is.
All right. Well, I think I'm probably going to post up near the door for the night. Do you know, are you planning on going inside or staying out there?
No, I'm staying outside. In fact, that corner over there is corner. And Dino's just gonna go up and walk to that corner, just kind of throw his backpack in the inside corner of the house.
You're going inside?
Yes.
Okay.
And just gonna post up right there and just lay down, and he's going to be inspected.
Okay.
My good lady, we did not learn your name. I'm so sorry. I'm Arthur Nightshade. These are my fellows. We are very grateful for you hosting us.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you. I will say I did not expect to have any guests, let alone refugees, the way I saw the Imperials coming through the woods. Thankfully, they didn't pay me any mind, but I didn't think I'd have any company tonight, that's for sure.
Well, hopefully we proved to be good company.
I did. One of the reasons I actually was making stew in the first place was just in case. And by the gods, it happened.
Bless the Father's wisdom. Do you have, by chance, any space in your attic?
Well,
Do you have an attic? Is your attic spacious enough?
I don't exactly have an attic. We have cross beams.
Yeah.
If you want to put yourself on top of those,
No, never
but
mind. I'm so sorry. It didn't bother looking
you've
at
had
that.
quite a long day. It's
Yes,
understandable.
I'm due for a long rest. We all are. I believe it's been a long time.
What about a basement? Do you have a basement?
Well, well, actually, okay. Technically speaking, she did have a basement, but that's actually being painted by Ariel. So it's yes, I do have a basement. The door is right outside that you will not see because the basement's in.
Do you mind if a few of us hold up? Just rings.
Well, I don't see why not. Normally, I don't let guests sleep down in different areas of the house, but given the circumstances, I feel it.
It's just
might
a
be
full
wise.
house. Figured if you didn't want to.
No.
In the living room.
Listen, any friends of the free lands are friends of mine. Please, make yourselves at home.
I start walking towards the basement door.
Not say.
Oh, she would have told you her name
Marg. I love a good Margie. Margs with Margie. You know what I'm saying?
This one can be thrown in the cellar.
I do have some non-RP questions for some of y'all. Any of you use like throwing knives or javelins or anything?
So I guess while you guys are doing that,
Something like
you could give me the
infusions.
dragon smell. Give me the dragon smell. I'm gonna go downstairs now. While you guys are discussing this RP questions.
No, I don't really use any.
I do axe more.
So I got returning weapon. So I got 2 infusions I can do. Returning weapon, enhanced weapon, or enhanced arcane. So I can do 2 of them.
Was that a +1 to
Yeah,
the
just
axe?
+1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll do that at the end of the long rest.
What?
Anybody throwing anything?
I said if we get one.
And you cast. You have an arcane focus. I'm guessing you use for spells.
Yes.
You want that? +1
arc-
for that.
What?
It's so he can do an enhanced arcane focus to where it'll do a +1 to any of your spells for the hit DC.
Any of them?
Yeah. So
I
anything that
That's good.
anywhere it gives
You
you
want
a like if there's a hit DC, like if you go up to firebolt and it says +6
I like the
for
original better,
firebolt
but-
for your hit, it'll be +7.
but only ones that have
Yeah,
that.
and any ones that are
So it's just it's
attack,
+1 in
range
damage
attack.
as well as.
Oh, damage.
hit DC.
Oh. But
If you
any
want-
spell? Or do I have to just pick a spell?
No, it's for any spell you use.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wrong. You gain a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls, nor half cover when making a spell attack. So no damage. +1 to spell attack. So like firebolt and things like that.
I'm good for now.
You don't want it? Okay.
I'm gonna just.
I,
go ahead and
You
I'm,
have
I'm
the-
just gonna get confused. So
you
I'm
have
just
the
gonna
super cursed
stick
blade.
with what I know.
Do you throw anything? Throw much?
No, I don't
Any
Throw
javelins? Javelins and or knives and or...
Me, I have javelins too. I don't use them that often,
Okay.
but
Never mind.
Use them
I will
when
do
I
a
need, like,
homunculus servant then.
yeah. Of course.
Alright, so were you guys planning on taking any amount of watch? I know you guys were discussing it earlier.
I
Sleeping
think
all
I'm
night.
just gonna be close to the basement door.
Okay. So you just want to kind of post up next to the
Yeah.
basement door.
Like I'll be inside, but close enough to like I can hear if there's commotion going on
Okay.
outside.
When you go into the basement, you're gonna end up seeing there's just a lot of like miscellaneous boxes and things down there. Looks like there's actually a couple tents and things, but basically everything is kind of packed away.
Okay.
Looks like it hasn't been touched in a while, other than a couple of the boxes that have a little more kind of use. And all right, so it looks like nobody's taking any shifts, so we're just putting it up to chance.
I mean, I was gonna basically probably take first shift and then sleep after that.
Okay, so you're taking first shift, and then nobody's doing it.
So that's kind of up to y'all. I mean, Dino.
Well,
you're
everyone's
walking-
kind of made it apparent that they're not doing anything. So, all right. So you're doing first shift.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I guess I'll take second. I mean, we can, like discussed it.
No, we hadn't discussed it yet. I mean, we were just talking about stuff or whatever, but we hadn't.
So are you guys just gonna rotate shift back and forth all night?
Um.
It sounds like Elena's just gonna sleep all night. Arthur's planning on sleeping all night.
Because you're half elf?
No. Human.
Okay.
All the way.
No meditation.
I need
4
my 8 hours.
meditation.
All right. So as you guys end up going through the night, so who's gonna end up being seventh shift?
Second or seventh?
Seven.
7th.
So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. So seventh shift ends up coming around. The sun's kind of barely starting to come up at this point.
I'm in the basement. But it's downstairs.
So the sun's going to barely be coming up, Bernard. And as you end up kind of recognizing that the sun's really starting to crest the horizon, you're going to end up hearing something down the road. I want you to go ahead and roll perception or investigation.
7.
Okay. You're going to end up hearing what sounds like animal steps, just like kind of fast animal steps.
Guys, we might have some company. Get out here.
So as you're kind of like starting to say that, you're going to end up seeing what looks like a couple of horses coming down the path towards you.
Did we have enough time for a long rest?
No, not yet.
Of course not.
Right now, though, you're trying to have said that. Given your role, they're going to have gotten up there before you actually get like everyone up. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? Are you the owner of this establishment?
I am not. I am Edward Broxall.
Hmm. Yes. And as you're kind of looking at this individual, you're going to end up seeing what looks like 4 knights just full on wearing armor.
What can I do for you?
It seems there's a lot of people in this establishment.
Yes, they are refugees.
In the whole out city of Pike, I presume.
Yes, that is it.
We have reason to believe one of them among you is actually not a refugee.
Are you sure?
We are sure.
And who might that be?
We do not know. But we have reason to believe. See, we have kept tight locks on the entirety of the holdout city of Pike, but we ended up hearing from one of our officers that they let a couple individuals leave the city. Those are the only ones who left the city. They said we should be able to find them in the surrounding areas. And you've already told me that that's where you came from, was holdout city of Pike.
This is correct. What did you guys get any kind of description or?
No, but what we do know is there is some member of what would assume to be the Lord's Keep or the Lord's council. We're not entirely sure. Some member of this party is within your dwelling, or within your group, most likely, assuming none of them have wandered off.
I don't think so. I mean, I've been keeping watch on and off all night, but
That's lovely. So hand them over off to the Imperials, and we'll be on our way.
I'm not quite sure who that is. Do you mind if I go and speak to everyone? And
That's fine. You have 5 hours to comply. We'll be back within that time.
Okay. Then,
I'd be very careful on leaving this area. The Imperials have very strong presence. We have all the roads blocked off, and we have regular patrols going through the woods. If you attempt to leave, we'll know.
consider ourselves warned.
Then, you see him kind of turn around with the horses and start going away.
So yeah, I kind of go open the door. Everyone needs to get up right now.
Why is it my shift already?
Yes, I understand that. We can try to finish our rest here in a few minutes, but we need to figure something out right now.
What's going on? What happened?
It seems that they have some Imperial soldiers looking through the area for someone who is part of the Lord's Council.
I hear the commotion and I come upstairs.
I know I'm not part of it.
What's on my check down, is it?
What's the...
And some Imperials are looking for some of the Lord's Council.
That apparently escaped from the city because we are apparently the
How?
ones-
So wait, really quick. So you guys are talking inside?
Yes.
Okay, so in front of all the I just want to make sure that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are looking for someone who is on the council, and apparently, according to them, we are the only people to actually make it out of the city.
Well, go figure with that. And trapping all the civilians, probably slaughtering them. As they stood inside the city as it burned. I don't know. Look, I guess, around the refugees.
Okay.
Does anybody know of any
Here's the deal.
council members?
I'm not going to try to throw anybody under the bus. I have no standing with the city of Pike or the Imperials. But I'm definitely not part of the Lord's Council. Here's the situation. We have 5 hours before they come back. We need to figure this out right now.
Okay, you're gonna end up noticing a lot of the refugees are kind of starting to panic a little bit.
Right, look.
I'm not making a roll for it because they're all kind of panicking right
Right, look. There's no need to panic right now.
now. I don't think you understand. What the Imperials do, they'll come back and they'll slaughter us.
Alright, well, hold on. How long are they going to be out?
5 hours.
5 hours.
They'll be
We got
back in
5
5
hours to come up with a plan.
I know it's not me though.
Okay, I didn't say it was you. Alright? I didn't say it was you. All I was saying
I
is...
don't. You see him just kind of turn around and start crying in the corner.
Imperials tend to. It's like, oh, well, just kidding.
And
So
you
I
have
do
experience
You
understand.
with
seem to know a lot about the Imperials.
Haven't you heard everything that they do?
No.
Anytime they conquer a city, anytime they ravage a people, they do exactly that.
I've
They,
been well out of the bounds of all this.
they have a very heavy iron fist
I'm
that
so
they
sorry.
keep everyone under.
What exactly is going on? I heard something about Imperials. This is the older lady. The Imperials? What?
The Imperials have come this morning.
Yeah, they showed up at your doorstep.
What?
Yeah.
They'll be back in 5 hours. Listen, Margaret, what's the situation?
You see her actually kind of like grab the.
I,
You see her gonna grab like the side, and as she kind of like does that, she actually stumbles and falls on the ground.
can I like run up and catch her?
You can
There's a lot of
try.
people.
Yeah, you can try.
On my way.
I'm
I watch
gonna-
Margaret. I'm keeping an eye on Margaret.
Okay, okay.
I mean,
I
where
don't
is
want my
she?
girl to fall down.
She would have just walked out of her bed.
She would have been like that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna let you roll acrobatics.
Just big somersault.
Whoop. 13.
Okay. So as she's kind of falling over, you're gonna end up seeing her kind of like grabbing onto some stone, and her hand just begins to slip, and she's like trembling and begins to kind of fall over. And you're able to like kind of break through. You definitely bat a couple of heads, but you're able to kind of like grab her by her shoulder, as you actually save her from actually hitting her head against the stone as you fall.
She like unconscious completely?
No, she's not. Like you literally save her from hitting her head. She's just trembling. Oh, this isn't how I was meant to die.
Margaret, they're not looking for you. Promise once we
They know where I am now. They'll come back. They're going to kill me.
They won't kill you.
This is too much.
They know that you're. Listen, we will be on our way very soon, and we will make sure that there is no business the Imperials have with you. They will have no reason to admonish you, to bring any sort of ill will to you.
Here's the problem, though. If they are as savage as you said they are, if everyone here says that they are not who they're looking for, they'll just kill them.
Not help.
I understand that,
You're
but
not
I'm
help-
trying to figure out the situation so we can still try to brace ourselves.
So the problem we have, and I guess
Margaret is just gonna kind of try to kind of get herself onto the floor and just kind of like lean onto something. You can tell she's kind of hyperventilating.
Wait a
Yes.
minute. Why don't we just tell him it was Henry? And he died.
They don't really want to put the ill will on a dead man that tried to save our lives.
He died though,
I
so
don't
that
care.
would keep them from killing us.
Yes, but then we have to give him.
well,
give him
that's
the
if they
body.
believe us.
I'm actually the later ones.
Don't
Who
have-
else died? Did we
Man's
find
dead.
anybody else's names of people that died?
What do you
Somebody
call
else had to have died, right?
No, this is the only person that died.
I doubt anyone here that's very shaken up is about to confess right now that they're part of the Lord's keep. Am I wrong?
Why do you hate us so much? Why do they? Oh, the dastardly goblins and gnomes are always doing this to us.
Alright, alright, get your shit together.
You know, take a walk.
I'll take it to the Imperials myself.
You end up seeing like one of the women is kind of crying, sheltering herself.
Dina, go outside, please.
Staying inside. Look,
Dina, please. Can you please just go outside?
look, I'm with Elena on this, alright? We just played off that the guy that we suspected was part of the Lord's keep is already dead. I'm not telling the truth. We fought off the werewolves. That's why we're all banged up like this anyways.
Sure, we do have nothing to fear, true. From you.
I just don't want to put ill will on a dead man. But the werewolf story is kind of intriguing. We could say that the man ran that direction, and the werewolves might possibly jump on him.
He was taken by the werewolves. Simple as that. The Imperials will have to find werewolves in the forest. There you go. Better plan, right there.
That might
Let the
work.
Imperials fight the werewolves. There goes the boogeyman of the forest.
Might work.
It's too
To find each other. Meanwhile, while they go off, scout off into the woods looking for these werewolves, they go exit.
So did they say that we have to stay here for the remainder of those 5 hours in order to be able to
They said that-
surrender somebody?
I'm so sorry. I heard this. You fought werewolves?
Oh, that we did.
Yes, we did.
All of you?
Oh, I did. He did. He
Not all
helped.
of us, just a couple.
Wait, were you bit by them?
No, possibly,
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I feel like I would be suspicious of that. Can I do?
Yeah, you get insight against them. It's going to be against both of their deception. So
Our passive perception?
no, deception.
We need to roll.
I don't. Oh, maybe.
I got a 4.
I got a 4.
You got a 15.
So roll off.
Yeah, so roll off.
I got 18.
A 4.
Okay. If any of you did end up getting bit, I just
What happens if they got bit?
they'll be cursed with lycanthropy. Over time, they'll end up slowly getting enveloped in rage and anger before eventually on the next full moon they embrace their beast selves. They no longer who they are and they embrace their person. If any of them among you have been bit, I know a great deal about this. there's a reason why I set up wood in this area. I can make a remedy.
Margaret, your offer is very appreciated. And
I care very much for the free lands and the free people, and I wish no ill will on anyone other than the Imperials, because they're not one of us. They only wish to destroy, which they do not understand.
Well, that is a very kind offer.
If anyone is, just let me know, please. I don't want anyone else to be cursed this way. They'll be forced to do what the Imperials do to everyone else.
Well, we are running around the woods with these cursed lycanthropes. It wouldn't hurt to have maybe one or two of these remedies.
Roll. I'm making you roll for that.
Another deception.
Yeah, deception.
Ooh, that's a hearty 7.
Okay. Arthur, can you help me up and bring me into the cellar? I could get the supplies I need.
Would it do any harm for them to just... Is it a drink? Is it something that they drink, like a potion?
It's actually let me just double check really quick. I take belladonna root and I grind it up into a tea mixture, and then after stewing the tea for about 20 minutes is where the properties really get released, and you can drink it as long as anyone hasn't been afflicted for too long. Normally it's a week to 2. I can't remember the exacts without looking at my literature, but I should be able to save anyone afflicted.
Would it harm them if they drank it and they weren't?
Gods, no.
Then can you please go ahead and just make 2?
Of course I
Anybody
can.
else think they could have possibly been bit?
Anybody else speak up?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
as you're saying that, you're gonna see, like, as you're turning and looking at people, you're gonna see everyone else just kind of like turning away from you, like hiding their faces.
Just the 2.
Arthur, can you help me downstairs? I'm afraid I'm going to help. Mrs.
Elena.
Elena, can you help me as well, please? I'm going to need a strong hand to gather the supplies while I'm down there. I don't feel like I'd be able to do all this myself right now. This is just too much for an old woman like myself to handle.
happily help. Margaret, stand
Okay.
I don't say anything, I just
Arthur
nod
wants to
and
get
follow.
Margaret Sellers.
She's
is
a
what he
nice-
said.
Nice old thing.
He loves the
Age
smell of
is
mothballs in the
beauty.
morning.
Beauty. All right, so the two of you are off helping Margaret do that. So you guys have a
I wanna-
couple of minutes to yourself.
Before as they're walking off, would you be walking like in the back of the group, or
Probably.
so I kind of want to like silently, just like as you walk by, just grab your arm and be like,
Give them permission to kill.
Yeah. And then just keep walking.
all right. I think at that point, what are you doing? Right behind your cork sickle.
It's on your cup.
All right. At that
Oh,
point,
Matt.
I'm just gonna rest. I'm gonna continue to rest while
Okay.
everyone's inside at this point, right?
Yeah, everyone's
Okay.
inside at this point,
Um,
except for them.
As
two.
they're walking out, I
wait,
just
wait.
wanted
I want to-
that's fine. I just want to say something real quick, and then you can do whatever you gotta do. I just want to say to Margaret, Margaret, if you don't mind, I'm going to lock the front door while you guys are down in the cellar. Just as soon as you can, let me know, and I'll open it for you. Just wanted to kind of barricade us in so we can rest for a little.
I completely understand. Actually, that is a good. Do you two feel you're capable warriors to defend in case?
I'd do a little fireball.
Oh, that's cute. and fancy. Oh, jolly then, darlings. Let us go off. We can go down there. I have my alchemy set downstairs.
Okay, so I wanted to say, like, as I was starting to walk away from you, I was going to say something to you. Keep an eye on that Cynthia girl.
Alright, so then I'm gonna go inside, and then doors close. Oh, and the tree fell.
It's an ant.
Imperials are attacking!
Everyone roll initiative!
I'm gonna close the door. Close the door and lock it.
Alright. Okay, so are you guys just wanting to rest, or you guys want to do anything while you're upstairs? We'll get to you guys
I'm gonna
downstairs.
try to rest.
Okay, so you guys aren't trying to pay attention or talk. So you guys want to pay attention, talk to anyone. You guys just want to both go back to sleep and get your full rest.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys do that. So you guys are down there. As you get in, she's gonna say, "You could lock the cellar door, and we should be safe for the time being. It looks like both of you are still tired. If
Imperials are here.
yeah, Shiloh's just barking with the other dog. That's fine. Nobody's in All right. So, are you guys wanting to do anything downstairs? Because she's basically just telling you can take a rest. if you
Is there a light?
I guess I'd
Down
want
there?
to
there's some candles.
I guess I'd want to investigate and kind of just look around, see what's actually upstairs.
Okay.
Anything of note, anything magical.
I want to walk up to one of the boxes that I noticed before that were more recently used.
Okay.
What's in them?
All right. So as you kind of like peek into the lid, you're gonna end up seeing. And she's kind of like she asked you guys to kind of gather a couple of supplies from a couple of other crates that were like not open very often. So you kind of already know what those are. Most of them are just like herbs. Some things aren't magical, but they, while brewed properly, have magical properties. One of them is the belladonna that she did. So as you guys kind of went ahead and did that, you saw some of the ones that weren't. So as you go to look inside some of these ones that are used more frequently, you're going to end up seeing that it looks like it is mostly just carrots. And you pull up another one, it has a bunch of potatoes in it. Another one, as you open it up, it looks like it has just a bunch of miscellaneous herbs that are kind of used for cooking and looks like more so just like flavoring up broth. You also see a bunch of garlic that's in that same.
Okay.
Okay, so you're wanting to poke around some of there. So
Yes.
we're going to poke around.
I'm just looking for anything magical.
Anything that looks magical.
Anything that might have magical properties.
Margaret's eyes.
That booty.
Exactly.
All right, so actually, as you're looking around, I want you to go ahead and roll investigation.
21.
Okay. So as you're looking through, you're going to end up seeing what looks like this dagger that's kind of on a wall, and it looks like it's way too ornate to just be like a standardized dagger. But it's just on the wall right there.
Like on a display rack.
On the display rack.
Margaret, this dagger looks very, very, very ceremonial. Very nice.
Oh, of course it is, darling. See, that dagger over there was actually a dagger from my first husband. Yes.
First, how many have you had?
I had two. The first husband ended up dying of ailments too soon, unfortunately. Men in today's world, they work so hard, and it's all for us, and then they unfortunately pass.
Inside.
Yeah, you can roll inside.
Nat 20.
She's being extremely sincere. You can actually tell by kind of looking at her as she's explaining this that she's kind of like choking up a little bit, just kind of like explaining this because she feels like it should be common.
Shiloh?
Okay.
What happened to your second husband?
Second husband.
It's another unfortunate.
I walked in with something spicy.
It's another unfortunate circumstance.
I'm sorry,
As-
Margaret. You don't have to explain if you're not comfortable.
No. Arthur,
No, I'm curious.
Arthur, I appreciate it.
It's fine. If you don't mind sharing, Margaret.
Oh,
I'm sorry for my friend who seems to be forward and asking very direct questions.
it's quite all right. I've gotten used to the new upcoming of the generations. Far more direct, which it shows good nature, and I can see the usefulness of it. But all to say, my second husband is, as the holdout city of Pike was initially established, roughly, gosh, at this point I don't know, maybe 20, 15 years ago. When we were traveling down here, we were attacked on the road by bandits. Those bandits claimed to be a part of what was formerly the imperial armies before the free folk expanded their territory, and my second husband, so valiant he was, he defended my honor and he defended me, and he gave his life. And he's actually why I named this in the way I did. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Thank you for sharing.
You see her kind of put her hand over her eyes, and she's kind of like, just kind of leans over her alchemy table.
Elena sniffles just once.
I like glare at Elena. Want to go up to Margaret and gently just give her a hug from the back and just like kind of like pat her shoulder. Nothing like
Forward.
yeah.
Just
Nah, I don't want to give off. That
So-
forward.
So as you do that, you kind of feel her hand just like kind of like touch her shoulder, and then as she does that, you're gonna end up seeing her kind of like pull off like one or two tears from her cheeks. But that's all in the past. So what's important now is saving your two friends that are very obviously afflicted.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't
You
know
don't
why.
know that. You failed your deception check.
Deception.
Deception.
Yeah, but I was there whenever he did the thing, and then she got suspicious and started talking about it. So I feel like now I would be suspicious even without having to roll,
You could tell.
Mister.
We'll give it away.
Your know me goblin-y friend. He's not the most he's not good at lying. I'm not saying that lying is a great trait, but by the gods, sometimes a white lie here and there is helpful. But I will say, I'm glad this is by the Mother's mercy I was able to tell this, because he's afflicted. He needs this. Just couldn't ask for it.
Thank you, Judith. I can repay you anyway.
It's quite all right. I am perfectly fine doing this for the betterment of our people. And then she's gonna go ahead and kind of go back to making the potion. So you guys, if you want to, you can take the rest of the time to rest.
I want to rest.
Yes.
Right. I feel very safe with Margaret, working away as we really snort over.
Before I
Alright.
take this, look at the trinkets.
Okay. So you want to look at the trinkets right now?
Yes.
Okay.
In front of everyone.
Well,
In front
I'm
of-
just gonna I'm just gonna turn my back into the corner and just kind of like.
Okay. So
That's
as
not
you
a
end
great
up kind of
sword.
looking
I
through.
can establish my presence already.
Alright.
No one wants to be near me anyways. So
You're right, man. Nobody wants to be anywhere close to
exactly
you.
establish my presence. That's the goal here. All right.
All right. So as you're doing that, you're kind of taking a quick look in your bag. Go ahead and roll investigation. So one of the things you end up seeing, you see some kind of like what looks like maybe a wand. You see a bunch of just plaques in there. They're like kind of like metal plaques that are just like kind of clanking up against you. You see a bunch of broken bottles. A couple of bottles that aren't broken. You see a couple of actual documents in there too. Some of them are like covered with potions. Some of them aren't. But you're just kind of looking in there, and between the shattered glass and everything, it's just like, ooh, man, this is gonna take a little bit.
And then I'm just gonna sort out and just toss all like the broken glass to the side. Yeah, just kind of like flicking off like the potion juice off of some other glass and everything.
So I'll say this: you're able to get a vast majority of what looks like the broken glass out before you end up taking the rest of your long rest. So I'll give you that. So you spend some time being able to do that before you do.
So some plaques.
A plaque's a one. Looks like a couple other miscellaneous things, some papers in there.
Okay.
We
Alright.
got ours as well.
Yep. So all of you end up getting your long rest.
Let's go!
Oh my god!
Oh, you took 6 6 or 7
Plus
sessions.
one weapon.
Get that +9 to my hit DC now.
Did you also want a plus one?
All right, so as you guys end up waking up downstairs, you're gonna end up waking up to Margaret, and Margaret's gonna end up walking over to say, "Excuse me, dearies. I have the tea ready." And you see her go ahead and kind of holding a teapot. Like, if one of you could actually grab this, and then the other help me up the stairs, we could bring it to your 2 gentlemen, and we can make sure that they're cured of their ailments.
I'll take the tea.
Arthur, would you be a gentleman for me?
Absolutely.
Oh, you didn't give me nothing, love.
All right, so the 2 of you end up kind of walking her the rest of the way upstairs. The 2 of you end up waking up upstairs, though, and you end up seeing that everyone else kind of dozed back off as well. Another hour has passed. You realize you have roughly 4 hours left.
Okay. Oh, I feel so much better. Full of energy and vigor.
How about Wolfie? You feel Wolfie?
I feel fine.
It's amazing
How
how
about you?
1 extra hour of rest makes you feel completely
It's
better.
crazy. It's unbelievable.
It's like we took a short rest during our long rest.
Well, excuse me, gentlemen. And you see her go ahead and kind of pouring the tea that she grabs from you into these 2 little cups. Good for you.
I was quite thirsty, but what is it?
You should drink the
Just drink it.
Drink the tea. We had some downstairs as well. Help me wake up. Help me feel.
Okay.
Make me feel very alert.
Oh, why not? Drink it.
Yeah. All right, so both you guys are drinking it. Bada bing, bada boom. You're cleared of the cancer.
Thank God. I could not play another campaign with a werewolf.
All right. Okay, so both of you guys are cured of your elements. So I'll go ahead and I'll prepare breakfast for everyone. I have some of the ingredients in the room. Would any of the children like anything in particular? And you see her kind of just talking to the group, kind of just leaving you guys to be as you're just kind of standing there.
What?
Talk outside.
Team
meeting.
Yeah, that's fine. What not? Margaret, if you'll excuse us, we're going to go outside talk for a few minutes. Feel free to take care of them.
Please. I'll make breakfast for all of you as well. Don't you worry about that. Just please, for the love of all the gods,
Who said I was going outside?
figure out a solution for this.
I'm going outside.
I worry, they worry.
Nothing would make me happy.
Thank you, Arthur. And Elena, I do hope you find your best place in this world. I remember when I was a young woman, it was a very struggle for me. to find-
What in the world did you guys talk about?
I don't know. She's a crazy old lady.
There is a man out there, everyone. And I will say, but she got just finish that little spiel and then let you on.
Arthur, there's a man out there somewhere. Go find him. I don't know what to take from that, but anyways, let's go outside and we'll talk.
Yeah, so you guys are standing outside.
All right, Arthur, what? Say your piece.
So, obviously the Imperials are after somebody. I don't know who that is. Did you see anybody acting extra flustered or seemingly cool or calm?
Didn't
Anybody
we
that
grab?
I'm sorry, but there was this guy named Arthur that was acting a lot like that.
means a lot. Might be somebody. Found me in the sewers.
You sound like them.
Sound like who?
Listen,
The Imperials,
we
man.
have to-
I'm not a part of the Imperials.
that's not who we're looking for, Elena.
I don't understand what's happening.
If you'd stop being so forward on Cynthia, I'd
Do
kick
you
your head in
believe
the
it?
Okay, Cynthia. We found her in the key. Cynthia, come out here.
No, Cynthia. Cynthia's
Wait, so wait, wait,
You
so,
want
so,
to warn
wait, so
her
you actually
now,
yelled
do
at
you
your
want to
character.
warn her? Oh, now she's gonna bolt.
So you yelled that as loud as you could. So you yelled that too, right?
I wasn't yelling. I was raising my voice a little bit.
You feel like you were louder than him?
Yes.
She did yell first.
Yes.
Come out here.
She's about to get a scolding. Were you part of the Lord's Council? Tell me right now, were you part of the Lord's Council?
We promise we won't get mad.
Not mad. Just
She's not my favorite.
I'm not
Yeah.
mad, I'm just very disappointed.
I'll tell you what, you're taking Margaret's advice right off the gate right there.
Oh man. Okay.
Okay.
It came up in conversation. Cynthia, just come down here, please.
You see her kind of reluctantly just walking off your way.
I can't see which. She's the different one.
She's different.
She's
Yeah,
built-
exactly. She's different.
she's built different. Listen, Cynthia, we were trying to figure this out before these Imperials come back. We did find you right outside of the Lord's Keep. You have something to do with this council. We're not trying to throw anybody under the bus.
Yes, we are.
We are, Elena, we are trying to keep people safe. That is all that matters right now.
You were going to turn me into the Imperials.
I'm not going to turn you in. We are not going to do that. We're just trying
Cynthia,
to
by no means.
figure out
Turn
our
you in.
information and see where we go from there.
I don't want to surrender anyone to those monsters.
No, I'm not in the Lord's. I mean, I work for the Lord.
You work for him.
Well, she did say that she was one of his servants. But
How would they be looking for us?
they're not looking for a servant, they're looking for someone a part of his council. That doesn't mean that she's been entirely truthful with us since we've met.
Right, well,
I've been nothing but truthful. Why would I lie?
oh, okay, alright. Well, here's the question.
Does she seem super sincere?
Well, you can roll for it.
Yeah, I want
Yeah, go for it.
Well, here's the question. If you were
Inside?
part of the, if
Yeah,
you
inside.
were one of the servants, you also would have seen
to. Oh, whoa.
His council.
It's a 9?
A
am I
nine.
wrong.
Yes, I've seen a lot of his council. Yes.
Is he one of them?
who? Does he look familiar to you?
Who looks
Don't
familiar?
work for the Lord at all.
Ah,
Be-
shut the.
To be completely honest, I have no idea who he is or any of you.
You're the newest to the group.
wait. I have something for this. Oh, promise. Thank you. No, I don't work for the Lord. Haven't barely stepped into the keep. You guys were the ones grounging around in there. I wanted to stay down the sewers. You all kept going into a collapsing castle.
We were escaping. Collapsing castle.
By going in.
Well,
Is there anyone here that you recognize from this house? This is dire. It could mean life or death. You know this, right?
One dies or we all die.
see,
We're not gonna let it
I'm
come to that.
I'm not a fan of letting people die.
There's-
But if they die at my hand.
That is not the plan. We
No,
are not trying
that's
to sacrifice
untrue.
anybody.
Untrue. The people that are doing the wrong here are the Imperials.
Oh,
They're the ones hunting people down and possibly killing them,
But
let alone eating them.
if I say anything, then
Cynthia, our job with what we do is keep people safe. That is our objective right now. That's why we ushered you guys out of the city with us. That is why you're here now. We are not trying to get anybody killed. We are just trying to get our information straight so we can come up with a plan. If it makes you feel any better, they are not going to know where we got their information from.
you call me outside. They're going to know.
We will figure something out.
We'll send you back in and call somebody else out and interrogate them.
Yes, we can interrogate everybody. We have time. We have about 4 hours before they come back.
So you do know. If you're scared of saying
No,
something,
no.
you do know.
No.
Cynthia,
Can I
everybody's
do
lives
insight?
are at stake
You can roll
right
insight.
now.
19.
Yeah, you can tell she's definitely hiding something.
Cynthia,
If it comes down to it, they're going to kill everybody, and then everybody dies.
Here's the issue I have. What if we surrender somebody? They don't believe us. For example, that's the reason I became suspicious if we said, oh, Henry, the guy who died to the werewolves. If we say he was the one who was the part of the Lord's Council, they might not believe us. They might not believe us even if we surrender one person.
I'm not planning.
Let
on
alone if they can
surrendering
positively identify them or what have you. But
So what's
what
the plan
if
then?
what if they just say they don't believe us, they take us all? Or they just hold us in contempt.
anybody. It's something we have to figure out as we come to.
And that's
Okay,
what
okay.
I'm truly worried.
Okay. If you talk to some more people in...
You need to tell us now before we talk to other people.
Right, of course.
the reason why the Imperials want this guy, right? You must have some vital information that the Imperials want now. So, we won't be handing them over. He's vital for some reason, and we want to keep him alive. No one's going to die.
Roll
today.
persuasion. Roll persuasion.
That's a 10.
You're right. There's a gentleman in there. Blonde hair, green eyes. He has a mustache on his face. Roughly middle age. I don't know his name. But I do know
Sounds like an asshole.
I do know this. I've seen him repeatedly in council meetings. And when you all left the room, he was looking through his bag for something. And earlier, when somebody mentioned that it could be one of us, it was actually you.
Is it?
They seemed flustered, and they were looking through their bag for something.
What you mean? That person was rifling through his bag.
No.
Oh.
They were
Their
on
own
their
bag. Okay.
They're okay.
The man I believe him to be is Nathaniel on the Lord's Council.
Perfect. That's all we need to know.
But don't hold me to that. I'm not. I don't spend as much time in the Lord's Council room as what you would think.
Gave us plenty of information.
Just please, for the love of the gods, make sure that you I don't want this to be tracked down to me.
No,
We will make sure that you are remain anonymous. Just go back. Listen, it is what we want you to do. Go ahead and take a few minutes to compose yourself. You're ready. Go back inside. We will get a couple more people to come out. Then we will talk to them. We will go talk to him after that. Do what we need to do.
Okay. You see her just kind of turn around. She just kind of starts vigorously pacing.
If you could do something else for me, just so it doesn't seem like we are picking people on purpose. Just when you go in, just you pick a random person and say that you want to speak to them on the private.
Not the one I was.
No.
Not the one that, yes, someone else.
You see her just kind of walk around, just kind of staying there and just kind of pacing a little bit before she walks into the door. So you guys probably have about 2 minutes or something like that.
Alright, so listen, Arthur, it is ugly business. We just don't know you. You're fairly new to us. We haven't been together very long, but we've been through a lot already. So I'd like to think we've sort of built a sort of trust. But
Understand it.
You
And
are
if we all
very
find
new.
any reason to ask any question, more than
I appreciate it. So,
But here's the problem still. Hey, what I'd like to know, if this is true about this Nathaniel person,
well, from what she says, it sounds like he possibly has something that he is dying to keep safe. So maybe that's what they're looking for.
he's the guy.
They're not necessarily looking for the person, they're looking for an item or some sort of data or scripture, something that they want.
Well,
Hey,
they said
hey,
specifically
hey,
they were looking
you're
for one
sneaky.
person.
You're sneaky,
I understand
right?
that, but they probably know that he
Oh,
has
they-
Whenever he comes out here, if he doesn't bring his bag, you need to find an excuse to go inside and look through it. If he brings his bag, we'll have to figure something out.
Alright, well, here's my counter option, right? You all know something. We got out of it. Right? So, we just get a few more people out. When Nathaniel comes out, surround him, question him a little bit, what's going on, and then really interrogate the guy.
Well, we don't need to do all that. It's a rush. There's still civilians that are with us. I don't care what he's done. He's still a person.
Well,
think we
I'm
can
not
go-
saying kill the guy.
I can go into the basement.
We don't need to rough him up.
If it might be more convincing for those searching when they come back to see them. But that's assuming that we give this person a try. Ourselves to flee.
Let's speak to him first.
Okay, you brought up the basement. Right? Look, I say we get each and every person go inside. We tell them the game plan is we're going to try to hide everyone in the basement. Right? Try and make it nonchalant. That way, so when the Imperials come, everyone from inside the house is inside the basement. I'm trying to maybe fool him into thinking that, that's what we're conspiring. Yeah?
I mean, here's the deal. If these Imperials come back, seem like they're very well at handling siege on a city. I think they could fund the basement really quickly, whether that's our plan or not. So I say we just continue with our plan. We'll speak to a couple of other people. Maybe they could somehow corroborate her information.
Maybe it will help if we find out any additional information from Nathaniel.
Yes, it's
If he has something valuable against the Imperials, and that might be why they want him, then maybe he's worth protecting. Worth bringing along.
That's exactly what I was saying. So
Take him in the basement and
we don't have to take him to the basement. I mean, we
It
can
depends
handle
on how really he's willing to.
we can
share
handle
with us.
him out here. If we really need to go into the basement, we can do that. It's fine. Let's just.
You're gonna end up saying that
Signals.
somebody else is starting to come walk outside.
All right, guys.
Basement.
Yes. Come down here, please. What is your name?
My name
Yes. What is your name?
is coming not first.
You don't speak common very well.
He starts talking in Elvish. Anyone know Elvish?
Oh, please.
I do.
Yeah. I speak more fluently in
I also do.
Elvish. Speak Elvish?
Okay, so Elena is what his name is.
What's your name?
My name is Elgor.
His name's Elgor.
Okay. Ask him what his business is in the city. Does he live there? Does he have a business? Does he know anything about the Lord's Council? Anything to do with upper class stuff like that?
What was your role in the city?
What did I provide to the city, or what did I do?
Both.
Well, realistically, I was a bard, and I went around and traveled between multiple different taverns. This was just one of the many taverns and cities I visited. I didn't expect this to happen by any means. I mean,
Especially to the holdout city of Pine.
you also speak Elvish. Oh, this is lovely. Yes, not to the holdout city of Pike. The holdout city of Pike has been around for feels like a millennia at this point. I would have never expected anything to lay siege to the city like this. I've come here before when the siege has been underway, and it's all floundered. don't understand why this is any different. The Hot City Pike got its name because they always fought back the Imperials.
That's
Every
why I'm
attempt
very
of the-
distrustful of them, as we all should be.
Well, of course, we all should be. But
The fact that
Are
they're
you-
fighting against the free peoples should be
yes,
quite on the nose about their intentions.
of course, the Lord has done nothing but try to maintain. Why are we talking about politics? Why did you call me out here in the first place? Cynthia just told me to come outside. I don't understand.
Oh, so do you know any information about
He
the
doesn't
council?
think he knows.
Have you heard any rumors,
About
anything
the Lord's Council?
about the Lord or the Lord's Council, or
Ask him if he's ever done a show or anything in the Lord's Keep.
Have you ever done a show or anything in the Lord's Keep?
I'm sorry. I was about to answer his question.
any rumors?
The rumors. I've heard plenty of rumors. Bards, we sing nothing but rumors. We sing nothing but tales.
Anything interesting?
I don't know about the Lord's Council, but I've sung many a tale about the three adventurers who were sworn to defend what is the Lord's keep in the free lands away from the Imperials. You have the warrior, the rogue, and the mage. Between the three of them, the trifecta, they managed to fall off all the invaders. The song I know very dear to my heart. I would say that it probably started as a rumor. I can't remember exactly its origins, but
So did you play any shows there? Keith?
oh, that was your question, right? Yeah, I played many shows in the Lord's Keep. Yes, the Lord and I wouldn't call ourselves friends by any means, but he's very familiar with me.
Or would you recognize one of the council members, maybe even one of the attendees from amongst the group inside?
So I hadn't actually considered that.
If you want, we'll
why?
we'll
No,
say
no,
something
no,
very
sorry,
stern.
sorry.
No, so you can go back inside and grab some.
Why? Why are we discussing this? Is this anything revolving around the Imperials that came through?
Oh, because he doesn't know what I said earlier.
So I don't.
See, and I got that role playing down pat.
So earlier this morning, a group of, I believe, horsemen came by and talked to our friendly big man, that guy, and mentioned to him specifically, say, looking for somebody that escaped the city from that might be part of the employ. And looking specifically, excuse me, for somebody who was part of the Lord's Council. Does anybody inside you recognize that might fit that description? We are just more or less curious of why they might be looking for such a person. Not that we want to surrender
What do you plan to do
anybody.
with this person?
We don't know yet.
We want to know why they're being searched.
And if it's
And
for a
if they-
noble reason, then we will figure something out.
And if we can help them escape, possibly, all of us get out of here. Out of this forest.
We believe in helping people. We're not here to try to throw anybody under the bus.
You're like me.
It's understandably.
They don't care for the Imperials. They're awful. They have such an oppressive thumb that they keep everyone under. And I would hate to see another free person.
Roll persuasion. And you could help them if you want. You can use a help action or you can roll. Either works. So
I'm gonna roll.
you're gonna roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Nine.
That's
That's
a 25.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. My help her.
28.
See, I don't feel comfortable giving these kind of things away to people. You all seem great, and you've very much helped me getting out of this situation. I will say, I was playing at the Lord's Keep earlier that morning before everything happened. I was way early in the day. Crazy how time goes. I went and stopped by the Bard's College there shortly after to meet one of my old professors. Kind of, catch up a little bit, which we do quite. I'm sorry. There's actually two people that I know that are for sure part of the Lord's Court. the woman who actually brought me inside, I know that she is. Let me finish. I know that she is one of those people who bring drinks around. She's done that from time to time, and there is there's another one that was knighted some moons ago. A man, I don't know him by name.
What does he look like?
Well, it was hard to tell. I only know him by his eyes. He had green eyes. He was normally wearing armor, so I couldn't really tell anything.
So we should definitely be suspicious of Cynthia, like I've said from day one. And also, he is kind of corroborating the Nathaniel theory.
Well, what did the ship of Cynthia?
Except that he would see her in the keep-off. That
She's
she-
a servant. That doesn't make sense.
Why would he bring her up, though?
Because we asked him about if he didn't notice anybody who worked in the keep. It's technically her job. She works for the keep. But anyways, anything else he said? Was it that?
I think he's confirming the suspicions of them.
He said all he could ever see of him was the green eyes, but he actually was knighted. It's not just some random.
Maybe we'll tell him to ask if he can go inside and maybe play a little or something to try to calm people down.
That's actually a really good idea.
I'm sorry. What are you all talking about?
He was suggesting that you go in and maybe play a little music for everybody to try to calm everybody down.
That is a little bit of a problem, you see. My loot was kind of destroyed during the leave of the city. Actually, it was around the time I ran into you. We were trying to find our way back through, and a fireball ended up singeing part of. You see him kind of turn around. A fireball ended up singeing part of my back, and completely severed the strings of my loot.
His loot is not usable at the moment.
Would you be able
I can
to
sing a
take
tale.
a look at that?
I could try. Do you mind if I take a look at your loot?
Well, of course. I will see why not. You see him kind of go ahead and hand over the loot.
Cast mending.
My God! This is amazing. And then you see him go ahead and like play a chord. And it's a very harmonic chord as he kind of goes through and starts kind of like humming a little bit. Like, this is as good as they have. Thank you.
What was
Thank
your name
you
again?
so much. What, my name?
Yes.
1 second.
Elrond.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
No, he's actually right. Yeah, it's Elrond. Yeah. Elrond.
Like,
Thank you,
spelled the
Rick.
exact same way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Or
I had to go, like, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go
Elrond
over the notes
Elrond.
again.
Elvish.
I looked at the note before we started talking. I'm like,
If you wouldn't mind going in and
I think it would do much if we go all inside with Elrond. Have breakfast ourselves, you know. Not look like we're staring down anybody in particular, not any blonde-haired, green-eyed knight of the Lord's
Dino.
court. I think that's the best course, and then after breakfast, all on our
How
board.
much time has gone by now? We probably have like 2 hours now?
no,
Or, like,
you have a
3
little more.
hours
Yep. You're probably looking like, so about an hour passed after you guys all took your rest.
Yeah.
And then probably about like 30 minutes of that, so you probably have about like 3
Okay. But so we probably have some time, so maybe that's a good plan.
Let's
Just
eat breakfast and help to soothe her sleepers and stuff.
okay. Sounds like a plan.
Right? So you guys end up walking him back inside, and you hear him kind of like sit down. He starts actually like playing the lute. All the songs he's singing are entirely in Elvish. But as he's kind of walking inside, he's just going to kind of say to you all, is like, the most fascinating part about what I do really is, it doesn't matter what language I speak, it really seems to speak to the people. Some members of the Lord's court didn't even understand what I was saying at the time. The Lord himself, of course, spoke, but it's just one of those things where it's just, people don't fully understand the power of music. It really speaks to you, regardless of your comprehension. And as he kind of like sits down and kind of says that, you're going to end up seeing him start playing a chord, and he kind of just goes off down.
Margaret, do you still have some breakfast prepared?
Oh, of course I do, darlings. And
Thank
you see
you
him
so
go ahead
much.
and give breakfast to all of you. So while you guys are sitting there eating, you guys can discuss things really quick after that.
Yes, I think after we get done eating, because there's technically 7 people in there, not including us.
Mhm.
I just only put 3 in there because.
Yeah.
So we could probably maybe get like. Sort of, sort of briefly, like 2 more people. And
Or
speak to Nathaniel.
we can talk to Nathaniel and then grab one more person after him and then go back.
I mean, either way, what the reason we were talking to all these people is just kind of save face for everyone else. So we can't point fingers at anybody.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like if we pulled him back out, that would point fingers.
I say we just talk to whoever, anyone else we want to talk to, and then we talk to
Do you
Nathaniel.
have any sort of enchantment spells? Any sort of charms? Make him a little more loose-lipped,
Otherwise,
if there was to be any.
Yes, I did long rested. But no, I did not.
change your stuff.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, unfortunately, we can't retroact things. Because you guys didn't know you'd be potentially doing interrogation. So anything that you have right now is what it is.
No, I don't. And I don't think I would have anyway.
That's fine. I mean, if we need to intimidate him a little bit, we've already got a lot of pieces of information, and a couple more people that we speak to, they might be able to corroborate that information even more. So we can figure it out then.
I think we're ready.
Yeah, he's always said don't worry about it because you didn't do it.
Just because you guys have a lot more information now, so it feels kind of unfair to let you go back and retroactively update your spell list.
That sucks. Thanks for reminding me.
Wizard
Well-
problems. Alright. So as you guys end up kind of finishing your breakfast, the bar was basically he played like 4 or 5 songs, had a little bit to eat, and then kind of went back to playing a little bit. You actually all kind of notice that he seems a little more calm and relaxed after talking to you, and just is generally playing in a loop. I would say probably all of you, because you all have a general intelligence high enough that because he hasn't been able to hear anything that people have been saying, talking to somebody who speaks his tongue for a little bit just really kind of puts his mind at ease.
Alright, so I guess we'll just pick another just random person that's not Nathaniel.
Okay. Someone go ahead and roll a d8. You guys have already interrogated 2.
I got it.
Yeah.
8? Okay. Alright. So you end up grabbing somebody and they kind of walk outside with you.
So listen, do you speak common?
Yes, I'll speak his common tongue.
Okay. Just didn't really work out for us for the last time we talked to somebody. So it's good. We don't have to have translators. What is your name, sir?
My name? My name is Bilbao.
Bilbao?
Bilbao, yes. Why did you pull me out here again? Why have you been pulling people outside?
So, I don't know if you have heard the announcement I made earlier today about the imperial soldiers coming this way.
I'm a hard sleeper, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, here's the situation. We're trying to be upfront with everybody. About a carriage full of imperial soldiers came by here. Said they were looking for a councilman of the Lord. It was suspected to be a part of this group. We're trying to find out who that is, just so we can ease the mind of
A
the
part of
situation.
all of us.
Yes,
Okay.
because apparently we were the only ones to escape the city.
Right. I'm
And
not
they
sure how
said
much help I could really be for something like this.
Well, we just want to try to talk to everybody, just to see what information we can get. If you
Sure.
don't mind, we could ask you a couple questions.
I have nothing to hide, and you've been nothing but helpful to me, so what What do you want?
So, what exactly is your role in the city? What do you do?
My role is quite simple. I'm a very simplified version of a blacksmith. You see, I make hooves for horses. It's quite a very low level job, dare I say, but it's a living.
And have you happened to possibly do any work for anybody inside the keep? I don't know how good your work is, or the capacity of your work.
I'll repair the horseshoes of horses that come in from local traveling merchants. I only call it worthy work.
I mean, the work you do is important work. Don't try to.
I don't need your validation. So.
It's fine. So you, just to get the question out there, you would not recognize anybody in this group to be able to say that they are part of.
I know 2 or 3 people in there. It is simply because I've seen them in the town square interacting with their children, because children seem to like the blacksmith areas.
Okay.
Needless to say, I'm not going to know anyone about the Lord's court, keep, or any of that nonsense.
And that is fine. Then you're free to go back inside and relax, and thank you for your time.
No, I'm sorry. I find this so laughable just because it's not that I think the question you're asking is silly. I've never in my life thought that I'd be in a situation where people valued me like this.
Well,
Remember, I changed the hoof of horses' feet, and most people who are traveling through this town, they don't even ask me my name.
I mean,
It's quite laughable to me that people even value me to this extent.
it's just kind of the business that we are in. We value the human life.
It's more than the Imperials would say. I appreciate that.
Yes, no worries at all. So just go back inside and enjoy your breakfast. Just relax, and thank you for your time.
Well, thank you. What was your name there, sir?
My name is Edward.
Well, I thank you, sir. This was, needless to say, this made my mark.
I'm glad to do that for you.
So he
If
gets
you could
help.
do me one last favor,
Oh.
just grab another random person in there. Send them out for us, please.
Sure, I will do that for you. Okay. So he ends up going inside there, and you guys have like a minute.
He's supposed to pick someone random. I mean, we only really need a handful of people before we talk to Nathaniel.
If it happens to be Nathaniel, great. If
Oh,
not,
it's
that's
not Nathaniel. Listen after.
yeah, we will get Nathaniel after this.
Yeah.
What if
If it's not him, this next one.
Yeah,
Yeah, grab him out.
if it's not him this next time, we'll.
All right. No, okay. We have to have some contingency plan, right? What if he tries to look at
We will. I think we can manage. I mean, obviously, we're kind of staying right by the door, and just keep an eye on him.
you? Keep an eye on him. Keep a lot of things on him if you
Just keep it confident.
So as all of you are finishing that, you're gonna end up noticing that another person starts walking through that door. As they go ahead and start kind of walking out and down the stairs towards you, you're gonna end up seeing that they have all of the descriptive features what you'd expect from Nathaniel. All right.
Sir, if you could just come over here, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
Or what's the main to you?
I'm sorry?
What's the main to you? What's the reason for bringing me out here?
Well,
I've been noticing you've been bringing quite a few folks out here.
yes, we were just trying to get some information from everybody. I don't know if you heard the announcement that was made earlier. Some Imperial soldiers and carriage have come by looking for somebody who supposedly is a part of the Lord's Keep.
Yes, there's a great deal of people here. Great deal of people everywhere that could have been involved in the Lord's Keep at some point.
They are looking specifically for somebody on his council.
Somebody on his council. Well, very much doubt anyone in the Lord's Council would have remotely left the city.
Are you sure about that?
Why wouldn't I be sure?
What is your name, sir?
My name? Just 1 second. I need to actually go to. I didn't expect. Regal.
I'm sorry?
Regal.
Regal?
Regal.
And what is your
Do an
business in
insight
the
check on
city?
You want to do an insight check on it? Okay, sure.
that. Oh, we all know he's. we all know. That's a flat 16.
It seems like he's being sincere.
What is your business in the city? What role do you play?
I work as a jeweler.
Jeweler, I mean, that usually means you have very impressive clientele, usually ones with money. Do you ever have to deal with the Lord's court at all, or maybe even maybe some of his underlings?
I'm sorry, what are you implying?
I'm asking you if that's part of your customer base. If you've ever, if
I don't speak to my clients in that way. They pay me and I do their business.
Does he have his bag on?
He doesn't have his back on.
Okay, I want to discreetly just walk around to inside to see if that's just in case anyone else that just we didn't really see.
Hold on. Before you do that, I'll kind of like gesture you over to me.
Okay.
And I kind of like whisper in your ear.
You have to get down real low.
Yeah. His mother should be. Just want to ask him. Go and ask her. If she knows anything about her son Nathaniel.
Alright, okay, fine. Give me a moment.
Okay. Alright, so you're going inside.
So have you made anything, any kind of jewelry or any kind of stuff for the Lord's keep? Anybody for the Lord himself? Have you been inside the keep?
I mean, not my jewelry business, no. I've never been inside the Lord's keep. I've probably done works for the Lord at some point. I will say that I have very pristine clientele.
Okay. And what about everybody else in the group? Would you be able to, if you knew anybody that happened to be a part of the Lord's Council or anything, would you be able to point them out?
Now, why exactly are you wanting to know this? I'm not saying that I know anyone in this part of the Lord's keep, but why would you want to know this information?
Because here's the problem is that we have these.
Well, while he's like telling me, I just kind of want to get inside first and see if I see anyone else inside the cabin that actually meets his description.
Okay.
So we know that he has like blonde hair.
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation. Not blonde hair, blue eyes. Blonde hair, red eyes. Or, sorry, no.
Green eyes.
Red
Green
eyes.
Green eyes, black
Plot twist.
And a mustache.
It's an 18.
Okay, just like you're saying, anyone else in there has that description.
No one else inside. Not even
Shoot,
gonna bother.
you lose track of what I
I'm not even
said.
gonna bother going inside.
No?
I'm not even gonna bother.
Okay.
Just come back right.
All right.
he was asking about why.
No, why
yeah.
is any of this important?
So we have these imperial soldiers that are coming back.
I heard the Imperials are coming.
In about 3.5 hours. And I have a feeling that no matter what happens, they are going to try to either take us all hostage or they are going to.
Of course, but it's not going to be.
Captain.
They're not going to come grab a jeweler.
They are going to take anybody that they might think would be lying. I mean,
Oh,
you saw what
that's
they
pretty
did in the
speculative,
siege.
you might say.
I-
I don't think they're just going to take anyone. They're looking for someone.
Okay. And
What's to say? What's to say it's not you?
It's definitely not me. That's why I'm trying to figure this out.
Oh, of course, yes.
Alright,
The one who speaks the most, yes, of course.
alright, cut the crap. I unsheathe the dagger and I kick the back of his leg to get him on his knees.
What the fuck are you doing
And I
to
put
me?
the dagger right up to his throat. Alright,
By the gods, what is this?
alright, look. We're gonna cut it nice and short, alright? We know you're part of the Lord's Keep, right? We've added you out. There's no point in hiding, no point in lying to our faces. No one else inside matches the description that we've gathered.
Fucking God!
If the next words out of your mouth aren't the truth that we've heard, we'll give you up to the Imperials. Now, what is it? Would you rather die at the Imperials' hands or seek to live another day of your miserable life?
Roll intimidation.
That's an 18.
Fucking fuck. Okay, fine. I'm not exactly who I said I am, but like this is a little overkill, don't you think?
Overkill? I can make it overkill as I press the
Oh
timer.
no! Okay. I'm kind of a jeweler. I deal more so in stolen property. I might have used to be in the Lord's area. I was a knight.
Give me your
knight.
bag.
Oh no! What, you're just gonna find jewels in there. Come on.
Give me your bag.
Give her the bag.
Oh, you gotta force my hand. There you go. Just look.
Okay, I want to look at the bag.
So,
Roll investigation.
you're in the business of telling the truth now.
26.
26. So as you end
Not
up
20.
opening the bag, you're gonna end up seeing as you open the bag that there is a bunch of just miscellaneous jewels and a couple pieces of jewelry in there. But you're also gonna end up as you're kind of like rifling through some of these things. There's actually a couple of papers in there. But then you're also going to end up seeing what looks like these comments.
I want to look at the papers first.
Have you seen Black's work?
All I know is that
World's best boss.
World's best boss. Michael Scott's not running the city, bro.
Handsomest man.
What is this? What is this?
I don't know what that is. That's not mine. That doesn't belong in there.
Do you mind?
It's not mine. What do you want from me?
Alright, we're trying to give some information. Why would the Imperials search for you? What's so important? Spit it out! I don't have time for your gibberish!
I don't know what you want from me.
Look,
This is how I thought my day was going to go.
this wasn't what anybody
is
thought.
the forbidden right?
You're speaking nonsense to me. I don't understand it.
Instruction, soul stone of great power, macabre staff, corrupted healing.
Let me see.
Fang of a
Who's that?
demon lord.
This isn't mine. I understand. It must have found explained that by mistake, or maybe I got someone else's bag. This is mine.
Wait a minute.
Says this was translated from the original of abyssal text.
Let me see for a second.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold
Hey,
on.
hey, talk to the.
It's what I'm planning on doing.
Wait.
Sacri-
Does anyone still have a dagger around my neck or no?
I have. I
Okay, you just let out.
that last one.
Alright,
The
I'm gonna
last
kind of
two.
like go off on my own for a second over here in the corner, and
Okay.
I'm gonna sit down and I want to try to yeah.
He's gonna try to learn how
Try
to
to-
read.
In a sense, yes. I want to basically try to like talk inwards and like try to describe some of these things to the voices
Okay.
and see if they would know anything about it.
Sure. So you're actually able to communicate with them immediately. What exactly is it you're looking at?
There's a lot. So I'm
What is
actually
it really a number? What is it?
What's that?
What isn't a number? What is it?
Well, I'm seeing something about the Bloodmoon Coven, the Oracle's betrayal, the Betrayer's bargain. I'm trying to. Do you guys know anything about this?
Those just sound like because they sound like general stories. You gotta give me more than that.
I mean, I can read all this. This is all in common.
This is all in common.
Okay, so I just.
There's a note on top that says translate or translate from a.
Oh, okay, I got you. So these were originally written in Abyssal, but they've been translated to common, so I can read them. I just start reading.
Oh, so Abyssal is a very, very, very dangerous language. It's the most primitive form of what would be basically before the more common version of the Celestials began talking with the gods. It's more demonic version of those words. Very simple in tongue, but these were translated from that.
Yes.
But you said damnation.
I have not gotten that to that yet.
You would have if you said you're.
Yeah, I'm just reading the whole thing.
Damnation, Tomb of the Cursed Ceiling.
Yes, it was part of it.
That is forbidden knowledge. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it forbidden. It's very fun. It's all about celebrating the demons, bringing the demons. Oh, it's chock full of good
Did you
information.
say bringing demons?
Well, of course, yes.
So
What do you think a sealing ritual is all
Oh,
about?
no, this is not my part of my tour. I mean, I guess it's sort of.
So you guys are gonna hear him just kind of like talking out loud, basically just having a conversation with nobody.
So, someone big man. He does
He
that.
does this.
Well,
He does that.
yeah, he's more than one person, sort of. Remember how he said that the witch did something to him earlier?
Oh,
That's part of it.
that.
So you're telling me that all of this is some kind of ritual to just bring demons to the world, or?
Well, of course it is. Making big demons, small demons. It's a very complicated process. Very complicated process. It's been outlawed in the mortal world.
I want to walk over towards him.
And how complicated is this? I mean, how long does it take to do?
It's quite an ordeal. I don't know the exact nature of this myself. I've only ever heard. We only ever heard rumors of this kind of stuff. It's not something we've ever taken.
Is he in a trance or is he like awake?
He's kind of awake, but he's just kind of like talking. Like he's kind of like there, but like the eyes are kind of flickering, just kind of talking.
I just want to like lean up against the tree and just listen.
Well, let me ask you guys, what exactly do you get from this partnership? Besides being alive,
Partnership is survival. That's all it really is to us.
so you guys don't want anything in particular, or?
Well, we wanted you. That's no longer upon us. It's not something that's really achievable forward.
Okay.
You fought hard.
All right. Well, I was trying to see if there was a bargaining chip for me, but apparently, as long as I stay alive, you guys are content. So, I'm good with that.
Of course we are.
If you guys can think of anything else that might be helpful to me with this, I guess I will talk to you guys later.
Like her.
And then I snap at it.
So what was that?
Apparently, this is some sort of ritual to bring all kinds of demons to our plane.
Yeah, you guys both want to punch him a couple times?
Huh?
You guys both want to punch him a couple times?
Ooh.
Alright, so both of you guys make attack rolls against him. It's gonna be with advantage, so.
Nat 20.
Yeah, 20.
That's
Alright, we'll just say that he's
18.
extremely, for both of you, he's gonna say he's extremely bloody. So both of you guys end up walking back and he's just extremely bloody.
So, well, you guys did some good work, huh?
Oh,
So, do we feel like he's holding anything else back from us?
I don't know.
Wait,
Oh, yeah?
wait.
Oh,
There's something else in his bag.
Whatever you want.
What was in his bag?
He had these gauntlet things.
Let me see.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Okay.
What are these?
Let's see if I.
Dina, can you open his eyes, please?
Most likely, and I just kicked his knees in the back again and just pull his head back and just open his eyes.
They look like gloves and gauntlets.
What did they do? Are they in your bag?
Come on, wake up, and I'm just kind of slapping him in the cheek. Come on,
Oh,
what are they?
the problem. You picnic. Oh no.
Alright,
Good job, guys.
that was probably a little overkill, but he did work for the Lord,
Unnecessary
so
overkill. Why do you say so myself?
we'll put it in the maybe column. Alright, I'm gonna put those in my bag.
So, before I give you these documents, I noticed something. Very last, maybe last 3 steps. Any of those 3 sound very familiar to you?
Is that at the very end part? Which one were you talking about?
It should be like 18, 19. One of
Are
them
the
said
numbers-
sacrifice.
Of sacrifice and transference, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Open the portal?
Yeah. Oh, the point.
8 and 9.
Sounds
The portal that his head got
I
shoved
had
into?
the
Portal to my
we're
house.
kind of both together. Both freak out. I had voices in my head, so that's.
Yeah, we told him.
Okay, perfect. The people that I talked to in my head, they said that everything on here is basically describing some sort of ritual to bring. Sounds like all of the demons to our plane.
Just gonna grab our dude by the scruff of his neck.
So we will ask.
Summoning demons.
He's about. He needs to probably rest for a bit.
is he like unconscious?
He's like kind of blurring between those lines.
At the borderline of.
we wouldn't be able to like revive him. Can you a robot do that or?
Not
Do you-
healing.
You really want to waste it on this guy?
I mean, like if
I
there's any
think
more
we've
information.
done our damage. However, so dispositions generally towards these
Wait a
this
minute.
news documents that we've discovered from this game. Do we surrender? Are we okay with this? Because from what I read, briefly before handing it over to you, Edon, is that it's not looking great.
Yeah, before we were put in the dungeon, we kind of started to get the feeling that the Lord was sort of wrapped up in this stuff too.
I'm a little weary of eavesdroppers. Do you mind if we all go a little bit and drag Nathaniel with us a little bit? I kind of want to read through the documents that I have that I've shuffled into my bag. Maybe that'll coincide with what we found from
Yeah,
Nathaniel.
that is fine. Why don't we?
I think that's best.
Let's bring him with us. We'll tell Margaret to lock the door. Just tell them we were going to go scout a little bit out front, make sure everything's okay, and we can kind of go discuss stuff.
We can look in the window, see if there's anybody like.
Everybody's standing
Stare,
there with
like,
their eyes
everybody,
open.
You kind of don't even have to look very hard. It's just, you look around, you see a bunch of people just like looking through all of the windows in the house. Because you guys think about it. You heard
beating
somebody
the
talking
crap-
to themselves in the corner. Then you have you two just like beating this guy and holding a dagger and yelling. Everyone's eyes are on you.
What color is my underwear?
So I guess I'll walk up to the door and I'll just kind of open it and say, Margaret, we are going to go scout a little bit.
See you.
Just,
Go scout. Do you see her just kind of closing the door?
No, Margaret.
Elena, tell the bard to play some more, please.
Margaret,
happy
do you have a potion of healing?
Not prepared. I could always make some, but
Would you mind making one? These guys went a little overkill with this dude out here.
I'd have to go downstairs, and I don't think anyone wants to accompany. I don't.
I'll go with you.
Okay. You see her kind of like close the door and be like, "Excuse me, can you speak to the bard?
Yes.
Tell him to close the door and lock it behind me, and then I'll be back in roughly. It's going to take about a full day for me to brew the potion."
Okay, never mind. We don't have that amount of time.
Oh, okay.
Margaret, we're sorry this happened at the front door. We'll be right back.
No.
Just lock the door just to be safe.
Is he an imperial? Or?
We feel worse.
He had some very.
We will fill you in later. I'm sorry. You must understand this is
I trust you, Arthur and Miss Selena. You did nothing but kind to me.
well.
I haven't been mean.
Back at you.
All right, so she's gonna kind of close the door behind you or behind her, and then you guys are kind of off. Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
Dude,
Yeah,
what is
we'll
up with
walk
that? Are you trying to get in her pants? Like, what's.
Whoa.
We must have a thing for the old ladies.
I guess so.
She was very nice and friendly.
Let's just go out here by the trees.
Oh, so it's just the nice ladies that you're.
Nice old ladies that she gave us food, place to stay, warm, not out in the wilderness, let me sleep all night.
Anyways, let's go.
Where's Cynthia?
Probably she's still dead. I don't know what else. Yeah, we just never moved her.
All right,
Grab
so
a random Nathaniel.
So tell me what you guys are doing, and I'll.
Yeah, we want to take him to the cinema.
Oh, just for
Oh,
out
is
in the
it,
woods.
no, we were just gonna kind of go away so they couldn't really hear us.
Cellar works too, though.
Yeah, I thought that's what
It's
we were saying.
Okay, that's fine.
It's,
So
beneath, it's
yes.
beneath the floor.
They all saw us, so
They know.
Well, but I don't want anything to be overheard. Specific.
How when they were down in the cellar, could we like hear them, or is it pretty soundproof?
It's pretty soundproof. I mean,
Okay.
you got like layers of concrete.
Okay, so then cellar. So we're in the cellar.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have some pro builders going.
Oh, so we're in the cellar. Okay. Okay.
Alright, so you guys looking for?
So I'd like to rifle through all the documents that I found in my bag. See if there's anything good. Anything useful.
Alright. If so, you're gonna end up seeing there's a lot of duplicates of stuff, but here you go.
Quick question: if I were to transform, would they be able to see through my eyes? Because you said when I'm in my human form, they can't actually see what I'm seeing. If I were to transform, would they be able to?
You don't know.
Go sit in the corner.
Alright, so you also have stuff that you have in your bag. You want to look at that too, or no? It's up to you.
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Alright, so as you end up rifling through some of the stuff in your bag, you're gonna end up. Actually, tell me how much. What was the number you have?
Okay. I
This is from the throne.
Pardon me, or
Throw
Yeah.
it on? Not the war one, right? Okay. I have +3 of the Lord's trinkets and 8 of the.
Okay.
I labeled bunch of shit.
Okay. What about from the war room?
The war room, it was 8.
It was 8.
8. It was from like the Alchemy table.
Didn't make anything of this. Looks like these are like
this is like a saw.
yeah, this is like a poster or like some sort of like bulletin about how bad the Empire is. Not that it's wrong, but I also want to check that.
I really don't like this lord.
I haven't read through them all. I'm just kind of glancing over them.
It's just they like worship him, and
Oh?
he stood for such horrible things.
Here we go. So the parts that are ripped up are kind of completely destroyed by healing potion, but you're able to kind
I
of
found
make out some
another
parts of it.
another song,
song?
or part of the singing. I'm not sure.
All of this is redacted.
It's like attack.
That's gonna be like
plans.
scribbled, like basically somebody
Yeah.
took a bunch of ink and just poured it over the page.
I mean, this Woodland Coven sounds sort of like what the Lord was doing. It says that their ambition knew no bounds as they assembled artifacts of great power. That's kind of what the Lord was doing.
Calvin Forge.
What was this? Am I checking it?
A letter.
Oh wow, this is heavily redacted.
Have we seen anything about the Archmage or anything that y'all have written or
I haven't
read?
seen anything about an archmage.
They were talking about 2,000 gold to do something.
This is
we
talking
were just
about-
paid 2,000 gold.
This is talking about the myth that Bard was telling us about the warrior, the mage, and the rogue.
What is? I can't tell what that word says.
Let's see.
It says fund and something innovation.
Reminder: 2,000 gold to. What was this? Well, it was intentional. Fund anti
This-
flight
I
innovation.
can't think of anything. This is so heavily
Anti-flight
redacted.
innovation, did we say?
Stop.
I want to go up to Nathaniel.
Stop.
These are all the plaques that you have. So
Oh, the plaques. Yeah.
not the item. These are the
Ah,
plaques.
damn it.
So we'll talk about the items, but those are all the plaques that you have.
I want to go up to Nathaniel and try to wake him up a little bit.
He's gonna be completely unresponsive. He's basically knocked out.
I told him to go sit in the corner.
Would I have some water on me, like in like a little?
You would have water in your pouch, but
Yeah. Can I splash a little on his face and see if that wakes him up?
sure you can.
Do I need to roll and see if it does
Yep.
anything?
So you splash a little water in his face, and he just kind of like rolls.
Still nothing. Dang it. Let me know if y'all see anything written about somebody named Landis. Landis.
Landis.
Got you!
Seems to be a letter to our
Are you
Nathaniel.
speaking during sound?
Commanding Officer Nathaniel.
Oh.
Oh.
I kick his foot. Because I'm still standing over him.
So they were definitely looking out for the Imperials. If anything, it looks like they were expecting attack, from what I've gathered. The rest of this just honestly seems like the legend of the Kree that Bob mentioned. The battle map.
Wait a minute. I think they're talking about Shadowstone in here.
Oh. Shadows. Didn't read that part.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Talking about Shadowstone. What were we going there for again?
For
This
one,
is
to
like
get
a-
out of the city. Two, there would probably
This
be
is
more
just
information about my situation there.
This is just a checklist of what they did for the defensive fight beforehand. But honestly,
Because this is talking about there's supposed to be a delivery for a payment to the well-trodden grounds beneath the Resolute windmill of, and it's redacted, but I'm pretty sure it's Shadowstone. Because I could see the S and the NE at the end.
Seems like they even wanted to sell out.
So there's some diamond dust talked about in here, and I know that we had found some where
What?
when we were in the sewers.
Dina, what
Dion,
did you
I-
end up looting?
Zatu has that.
So
So-
obviously you and I decided to just shuffle
They were
everything
definitely
and to
trying to
bags.
do
What
this.
did you end up getting?
I found these.
It's
It's a little sticky.
This is,
gonna be covered in this miscellaneous potions.
oh, this looks about the same. Yeah, these are the same that were mentioned over. It's translations that obtained from it. Is it just? Well,
I do want to speak back to the voices again and just this isn't the same ritual that I was put through with it. This sounds a little different.
To be completely honest, I'm not sure what the ritual
once
was
you
you
read
put
this, it's
through.
just fascinating. That's
Okay, well, never mind then.
the full legend of it.
I was kind of asleep for the whole thing, so.
Bullshit about Nathaniel.
Okay. We know Nathaniel definitely.
I mean, this is basically just instructions on how to do the
What they
ritual.
did to you.
No,
They tried to.
well, tell me this: when you guys found me, was there? I know that I was laying in a circle, but
It was like
was there artifacts around the circle?
there's like 3 other people around the circle.
Can I roll and see if I remember if there's artifacts?
Sure, you can roll history.
So you just got a
8
bunch of
plus
plaques,
6.
You don't remember any
a
artifacts.
couple of papers, but you.
I don't remember any artifacts. What kind of artifacts was it?
Well,
Um,
it's
In terms
One,
of, like,
one thing to
physical-
note too, you would notice that Dino is kind of over there in the corner. Like just reading, look like these giant placards. They're kind of like what you'd see that dragon's mouth on, but just like these kind of like golden sheen things on. Just kind of reading it, and just kind of tossing them aside, just reading through.
So, are you reading this with one hand because you would still have the sword grip in your other hand?
He actually sheathed the sword.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. I realized that.
The one that. Awesome.
No, I wasn't sure if you were still holding the sword, the blade or not. But you said you would sheath it, so. This does not sound exactly like what I was put through, so.
Do you mind if I take a look
Yes.
at this again?
I'm not sure what this.
So
This almost looks like points on the map, but.
That's what I was thinking.
I believe that to be a battle map. See, Can you see it again?
It's either a battle map or runes.
Oh no, sorry. I still have that.
Those could be runes.
Possibly.
This was some sort of battle. They were, I think, that coincided with the letter to Nathaniel. Made me believe that they wanted to maybe meet the Empire out in the field. Or- We definitely found something.
So these aren't supposed to be readable at all?
No, they are readable. Those parts are
They're just kind of wet in
Okay.
potion soap.
Wait. This is... Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah. But I wonder if there's anything missing. This is all we have of this copy?
Yep, everything else just kind of got ripped up or just completely like destroyed inside.
Soggy potato chips. Looking at. So, whatever the Lord was up to had to do with this ritual. Even his underlings had
This
relations.
definitely looks like it's correlating with our map here.
Where?
This looks like this is possibly the water.
Yeah.
Pike, Shadowstone, and then this. Not sure what this place is on our map, but it sort of looks like it's coincides with water as well.
That could be, sure. What does it say over here?
First the attack,
More
make more mess outside the city,
mages.
more mages out of city.
I think it says more mages.
New world.
Yep. Everyone go ahead and roll perception for me really quick. Plan.
That's a 0. We've already established I need glasses.
Okay, so what is everyone's rolls?
11.
11.
Perception? That was a 16.
Okay. You're gonna end up noticing that Dino kind of just finished like reading something that kind of slides into a pocket.
Plus.
Dina, do you mind if I look at some of those flags?
Yeah, sure, here.
So,
Come on.
translation of the what's the tome of the curse? I can't remember.
We have the
Those were asking for, or those were calling for,
tone to the car ceiling ritual.
those were calling for specific items. It's part of the ritual.
For the most part, it was for the forbidden rite. There's instructions on here for the materials required.
Yeah, sure.
Looks like the Lord gathered quite a bit.
Well, we
Yeah,
did see a lot of relics in the keep.
Judging by how many of the plaques they had made for items, it seems like they were quite close. You said they already had diamond dust there.
Well,
Or you
we
saw some-
actually have that. Not on us. Well, yeah, where did we ever say what happened to Zatu?
Zatu just kind of ended up wandering off.
Well, Zatu or
He went to go find.
Color those gloves. Gauntlets.
What color are the gauntlets?
The gauntlets.
Yeah.
Sure. One sec.
White and gold, perhaps?
Yeah. So the gauntlets themselves, you're kind of looking at the ones you put in your bag. Is what I'm assuming you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, you're gonna notice they're basically made of like some kind of a white fabric that seems like they have like actual like liquid gold almost kind of imbued into it.
unblemished gloves possess an eternal brilliance, provide unwavering protection against curses, shielding the wearer from malevolent effects. However, they can only be worn by those untouched by curses, evading the grasp of darkness. Guardian's Veil stands as a beacon of defense and a symbol of hope beyond the
So some sort of gloves that allows you not to be cursed.
but only worn by those not offended.
So I'm kind. Does it say what would happen if somebody that was cursed would put them on?
I wouldn't try it.
'Cause-
Something bad might happen to you if you put them on, especially if you were
Or something bad might happen to the gauntlets themselves.
away. That would be this description.
Are you cursed?
Not that I'm cursed.
Hold on. Sorry. There's my Brother Scribble, I hope this message reaches you swiftly and securely. Urgent news has come to light, and it is imperative that we convene immediately. The held-out city of Pike, our stronghold, is now the brink of an imminent attack. The city will fall, however, we must act swiftly to ensure the safety of the Lord and the valuable secrets we safeguard. Our plans have been drastically accelerated as the threat looms larger than we anticipated. Attacks from the northern land and southern docks prevented our movement. The Lord and his entourage will soon be moved covertly from the keep to a secure location. Time for action has arrived, and we must unite to execute the necessary steps to protect our cause. I urge you to make haste and meet us at the designated rendezvous point. The situation demands our undivided attention and swift coordination. Our bond as members of this order calls upon us to act swiftly and decisively in times of crisis. And this is such a moment. You know where to go. Signed, Officer Bud. Member.
Member of the what?
It's just a bunch of scribbles, mate.
Yes.
Okay, so our friend here knows where everyone's being held.
And y'all beat him up so he can't talk.
Oh, he'll talk.
Let me see that.
Sure. The names are redacted. No, to answer your question, I'm not. I like to believe I'm not, but I don't want to chance it. In my previous to all of this happening, I was also an adventurer, collector, and I would go often into dungeons, venturing towards great evil to collect items.
So it's possible you picked up a little something.
Got it, maybe. Just like anthropy or random encounters with powerful. I don't want to chance it personally myself.
Well, we have a lot of information that we need to go through at some point, but we are coming short on time before these Imperials come back.
You do have roughly like 2 hours. You guys want me to do this for about 30 minutes.
Okay. So we do need to figure out what our plan is from here.
Well, obviously,
At this
Think-
point, I don't care what happens to him. I could give him up.
Imperials were looking for him, clearly for the reasons that we found.
But the issue we have now is do they know that this man has all this stuff, or are they simply just looking for him for information? That is our issue. We have to make a plan with now.
So he had the gauntlet. Did he have anything else besides the translation and the gauntlets?
Well, he
A
had
bunch of
a
jewels.
bunch of jewels.
I'm not. I mean,
I feel like we need
he's
to
only going to be a liability if we keep him. If we do decide to ask him more questions about what they were doing, I feel like all the more we find out, it probably won't be good.
a lot of information. What we found out answered some questions, but prompted a lot more. And I feel like this guy might be able to answer something. For example, Whether they are or not, we at least know that we might have a direction of where to.
You mentioned shadows,
Yeah, it was
which
in
might appear to be.
one of the things.
I mean, there was a map
is this-
that sort of correlated with
Yeah.
This
our
Yes.
map.
shadows.
It said that there's a. That's where they were going to be meeting for the delivery of the payment, and this map looked like it resembled one that we had before, showing Shadowstone circled over
Can
here.
we, when we're looking at this map, I see that there's like lines here. Does that signify like water? Can we tell? Or
I'm not giving you guys anything. I gave you guys all of this stuff.
no, I
to have fun
understand
with.
that. I just
So you
wasn't
guys have
sure.
fun.
So Shadowstone's definitely pointing me towards.
Yeah,
And so is this other circle over here.
yeah.
The only thing I can think of, the reason to keep Nathaniel with us, is if we wanted to use him somehow to infiltrate or discover more about whatever group, Brotherhood of whatever it was called.
Why don't you go ask your little friend there what they think about this?
Well, that's the thing is they don't really know. I mean, I can give them this information and they could tell me that it is a ritual to do what it does, but
Well, what about the rest of it?
they can't. I'd have to sit there and describe everything to them. They cannot see what I see.
Why not?
It's just, they said they can't.
I can hold on to the rest if you like. Since I've already got it all.
But can they see what you see when you're before?
Is this
I don't know.
What's that?
is that where it's also in my
Possible.
bag?
Yes. You'd be able to kind of like infer that's what it is.
I mean, it's possible. I could try to see.
Well, you're on pretty okay terms with them now, right? They're not trying to kill us every time you turn.
For the most part.
I'm going to get rid of that.
I could try and see if they could look through this stuff. If there's anything they could pick out. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna kind of tell everybody to back up a little bit, and I'm gonna switch forms. Well, actually, before I do, I'm gonna be like, listen, guys, I'm gonna bring you out, and I don't. You said you can't see what I see. It might be easier if I kind of let you guys go, and you could possibly interpret some of this stuff for us.
Is Nathaniel on the ground?
We're not an extension of you like that. We're an extension of your destruction.
So, if I were to bring you up, you can't see what this stuff is.
No.
It doesn't sound like that would be something else. So, we're going to note that. Yeah, I think at this point, I think what would probably be good is we could just tie Nathaniel up, put him at the end of the road, and when they come by, they can have him.
Still have a couple hours. I wanted to ask him questions.
Yeah, we have time to do that if we want, but we probably need to possibly heal him up a little bit. He's not going to give us information in the state that he is in now.
Ask cure wounds on Nathaniel.
All right.
That will heal him for a total of 6 HP.
What?
Wake up, Nathaniel. We have a couple questions to ask you.
Yeah.
You have quite the haul of information that we've been looking through.
Of course I do.
So we'd like a little bit of insight and explanation on some of it.
Right.
So first of all, where is all of your buddies gone? This coven that these letters speak of.
I don't understand the question. What do you want?
Where's the
Don't play coy
where's
with
that
us.
paper?
We
I
know
think he's
everything. That one.
no. Where's the one that has the redacted?
There's a lot of.
Brotherhood
Yeah,
of Blank.
The
I can't-
one that had the tiny legs.
That's fine.
The second you did that, I'm like, okay.
Was that something you're trying to hide?
No, this one. This is sorry.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah, that's all.
And I basically read this out to him. Yeah, whatever else. My first question is where were they going?
Where are they going? Oh, it's. I'm sorry, my brain's a little hurt right now. It was a city north of the holdout city of Pike.
City north.
It was a northern city, yes. It was right outside the Eye of Exaraf. That's all I fully remember.
So Shadowstone.
That could be it. There's another one it's slightly more north. I don't think that was it.
Would you be able to point it
You
out
and
on a
your
map?
friends really did a number on me.
Well, and here's the thing: if you can give us the information we need, it won't happen again.
Or if
Fine,
you don't,
yes.
it can happen.
Give me a map. I'll point. I'll believe it to be right there.
Okay. That is where they were heading.
I believe so. Yes.
All right. The next question is: there was this officer Burdekin. He's a member of, and then it's blank.
Of course.
What is he a member of?
Member of the Rose Order.
The Rose Order. And what exactly is that?
It's an organization essentially created simply to bring about the end of the material plane.
Why in the world would the Lord want to do that?
There's a great many reasons why the Lord does this thing. I'm not one to know all of them.
Okay.
To be honest, I'm not even sure the Lord knows what we're doing sometimes.
So the Lord's not part of it? He's...
Oh, I
No, he
didn't-
must be. If he's directing all of
Oh, of course, they all happen underneath the Lord's control. And just because you run a shop doesn't mean you know that your client is stealing from you.
So, what is his end game, though? He wants the material plane to end? Or does he
So
think it's...
Are you talking about the Lord's endgame?
Yes.
I'm strictly imagining the Lord just wants to maintain his power over the free land and stop the Imperials from destroying everything.
So it sounds like he might think that he could control these demons and everything else that comes into the existence.
If anything, he might have some twisted sense that if he brings about the end of the material plane, he can use that to bring about the end of time.
Possibly.
That might be a really twisted way of doing so.
This is...
I guess that is
This is quite
still a
insane.
justification.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. I pointed to the wrong spot on the map. You were right. I think it is Shadowstone.
You're not playing games, are you?
Look like someone who's playing games.
I mean, you're playing a pretty twisted game before we beat the crap out of you anyway, so...
Well, you're not wrong about that. You can roll a second.
Well,
Yeah, he seems like he's very worse for wear.
But does it seem like he's like
From what you could tell.
And the spot that you had pointed to before, do you know what that city is called?
Yeah, he would know. I'm gonna just look it up really quick.
Nope.
So what would this ritual do beyond destroying the material plane? Would that mean that the material plane would be... Or
Well,
how... Where would the followers of the Lord go? They,
that's the thing.
if
Is
it's the
that
destruction, does that mean that it's transferred? Or follow
he
as
would
a
he would be able to give you
transport.
the name. I opened it. So.
That's fine.
Transfer to the demonic plane? Hell? The planes of hell?
I don't think that's how it works. I think it's literally a gate that opens up into our realm, and demons will just spill out.
I mean, the documents are pretty clear.
From what I read in the documents that I have, and from what the guys up here in my head would tell me.
Why would the Lord mess with such forces? There were multitude of examples from the translation that said that it all ended in calamity for those who tried to bother casting, or thought they can control such a
You feel
uncontrollable ritual.
Well, like I said, maybe the Lord doesn't fully know what he's dealing with. Or maybe the Lord has a better plan. It's not for me to say.
I mean, I get hating the Empire, but this is too far.
well, I mean, you've seen what the Lord did in his time. We were with him. Pretty nuts.
Knew of his ominous reputation. Never anything.
Now, let me ask you something. These plaques. Does the Lord have them in these possessions? These items that these plaques describe?
When I was a knight in the Lord's court, he had a very large collection of relics that he tasked adventurers to go out with and collect. I remember seeing a very large amount of them just sitting there. He seemed to admire them.
See those plaques again?
Did you happen to see one
wonder
about
if-
the mask?
I wonder if any of the ones that I got. Sorry, I took it.
You were hard to get relics?
I'm a collector. Dungeon Delve, brings back about.
Well, I'm pretty positive that that was part of what we were hired to do as well with that mask.
Well, sort of.
There is a plaque here describing a mask. However, the description.
I remember these. It's a ring that lets you basically not fly. No, fly-ish. Didn't try it out myself. Within the confines of this captivating ring, magnificent artifact grants you graceful defy of gravity's grasp. So
Does it have a description of what
Gift
it
of-
looks like?
it's a ring. I mean, it was a very fine ring. It definitely looked enchanted, magical, but it wasn't crazy ornate.
You saw it.
This is what I was hired to bring to them.
What did it look like?
Very like
It didn't have skulls and it wasn't
No.
smoky or anything,
it.
right?
It more had a magical aura than appearance, if that makes sense. Like it had kind of like a small shimmer about it, but the ring itself wasn't exactly ornate or had like gems all over the place or like carvings, inscriptions on screen. It was very surprisingly simple.
I might have missed this, but you keep saying when you were a knight. Why aren't you currently a knight anymore?
It was just different things that happened over the course of time.
Such as?
Such as a promotion.
Promotion, honors, dishonors. Really, they're all in the same vein. It's not really relevant right now where I am considering.
I just,
A lot of information.
I'm trying to figure out what they want with you.
I mean, they clearly want.
What do you think they want?
That's the problem. That is the one thing that we are trying to figure out now. Is they want him just because he's a fleeting line of part of the Lord's council, and they believe that he could take him to the lordship, or do they know that he has all of this information and they want it?
The Empire could use it, and you do all this themselves.
But I don't know much about the Empire. I'm not sure if this is something.
Definitely not trustworthy. I mean, not as much as I don't trust this fella. I don't think I would have better intentions. That matter. Messing with insanely theoretical forces that Regardless, even if the ritual is cast at all, it could be calamity.
It definitely sounds like a problem.
As much as it sounds, it's like we have to keep this guy safe.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh, why keep me safe from the Imperials? We'll just kill all of them anyways.
You might think that, Fred. Slipped out from under the thumb.
It feels like the best way to realistically keep you all alive is to...
Sounded really negative right now, Nathaniel. Everyone anyone ever call you negative Nathaniel?
No, that's never actually crossed their tongue, but what I will say is it's quite astonishing how much you're willing to defend me and put yourselves in harm's way.
You could also say you were never
We're
here.
not doing it for you. To protect.
Oh, but it is quite interesting because you could tell them that I was never here, but there's a great many people in there who knew I was.
If we can all get the Shadow Stone, it'd be the best. Actually, out of game question, do I know if Shadow Stone's under Imperial?
You would not really know. No one would really know.
So it's like pretty distant in terms of.
You can look at the
there.
map and see where it is.
Yeah, we are. Well, you were saying the cottage is what, like roughly halfway?
Not even halfway.
Not even halfway.
Pretty
So yeah, we're Pike is here, and Shadowstone's right there. We're kind of heading west. So, that's where we were gonna plan on going anyways to
Yeah.
kind of help these people out, like get them away from the city. So,
That'd be the only thing I'm worried about. It's
So-
going to an Imperial controlled place
yeah,
and just hand deliver this one to by accident.
yeah. Well, I mean, for what I remember though, this whole kind of area right here is freelance. The Shadowstone should be.
Roll history really quick.
Not terrible. It's a 3 plus something. I don't think it's anything.
You remember it being more than the area you described.
Yeah, 4. I'm sorry. I remember
It's
what?
it's more than the area you described. That's all you remember. The exact area of the freelance you don't remember, but you remember it being more than what you described.
So that's sort of what I remember. But
Sounds like our best bet.
I think Shadowstone might be possibly. I mean, we're kind of already on our way there. But the issue is they did now whether it's true or not. They did say that they have Imperial forces all in these woods. So we're gonna probably run into
I
some
can-
of it.
Believe that? Awesome.
Our real issue is
Well, so with the
getting these people there.
horseman that came and
We're-
approached you,
Sorry, we're downstairs, correct?
Yeah.
Never mind.
the horseman that approached you, they weren't of the Empire themselves.
They were in the carriage, and they did say that they were part of the Imperial.
Is there any windows out of the basement?
So we need to make a plan like now for the most part.
Question number 1, a burning question. Gesturing towards them.
What of me?
I mean, he has. We could get still a valuable information from him. I mean,
Like,
he could be able to give us more details about all of the documents and stuff that we have. But
I mean, you all have the documents right there. You already know the answers.
Nathaniel, we get you out of here. Tell us the rest.
I don't think there's really much more to tell. You have everything. Everything that I know, at least.
Go inside.
Inside.
Say, yeah, go ahead.
Nat 20. Oh.
Between that 20 plus.
Plus
Oh.
5.
He seems to be telling the truth. Yeah, he also wrote that twice.
No. Feel like
He seems to be telling the truth.
So, Nathaniel, what would you have us do? Surrender you to the Imperials? Is that the fate you want? For them to torture you endlessly, possibly eat you?
Of course, I don't want to die.
Do you care for those people upstairs at all?
I care for my mother.
Okay, your mother is up there. You would want to see her safe. Would you not?
I always want to see my mother safe.
So in order to keep her and everybody else safe, what would you have us do with you?
It sounds like you already know the answer to that question.
2 options. Sorry, Nathaniel. Either give you alive, or
Kill
be dead.
Is there any reason
'Cause
you would believe that these people of the Empire know you have all these documents?
I have no idea why they would think I did. From what I'm hearing and from what I know, it really feels like they just want the individual.
Let's keep the documents. Let them have the jewels and stuff back. If anything, it kind of sweetens their pocket to see a bunch of jewels and put them in his bag. They don't need it. It's better in their favor.
So hand him over alive.
Yeah, it looks like it.
What if we say he put up a fight? It was in self-defense.
So that
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
We were questioning everyone. But you see,
he pulled a knife.
he grabbed my knife from my sheath, threatened us, threatened you. This is
Threatened
self-defense.
Margaret.
Threatened Margaret.
That. Absolutely not.
Let's just use close.
I
Give them the bag.
don't think we.
That's a very interesting proposition, I will say.
Look. My morals is I have to the age. Done. I did. I will personally see the mother. And I mean that.
Well, that is a good sentence. Do as you must.
You're a good man, Nathaniel. Well, not so much. I thrust my dagger in his chest.
Alright. So as that happens, you're going to end up seeing just kind of begin convulsing a little bit and start coughing up blood on you.
What are you gonna tell his mom?
What are we gonna tell the guys? Put a fight.
You're not hurt. You're not hurt. You're not hurt.
There's
I'm
blood
not
on
hurt.
me.
His blood.
Could be drip a little bit.
Hey, just punch me real quick. Yeah. Or if you want to, if that makes
I was
it.
gonna say, I don't know if his punch would do anything.
Just hardy hard. Look, it seems like the only way to get out of this is to just deliver his body. Which is exactly as Elena said. The bad, the body, put up a fight, self-defense. They found what they were looking for. From what we know, they were just looking for him and what he might have been carrying. Guess what? He was carrying treasure.
I don't like it, but
Now we have no choice.
Yeah, he basically made the choice for us. So.
you two can do the talking now. I'm not going to sit here and try to deceive.
Me and talking are one of us. I appreciate that. Even though.
We've noticed.
Let's leave the body down here for now. Wait till they show up.
And then we'll dramatically drag him up.
What's the difference?
also don't want to just bring that body up in front of all them.
Have his mother.
They're gonna be terrified of us.
You guys take care of it. I'm not trying to. Yeah, I'm not trying to scare these people upset at all.
Yeah, just tell them we fought. He put up a fight.
We
That's
can
all
leave.
we had to tell
I
them.
leave the basement. I start walking
We
upstairs.
can leave the body here. When they show up, we can bring them down to the basement to retrieve the body.
Wait,
But then they might go. Oh, never mind. I'm gone.
We have no reason to bring them down into the basement.
there's no reason.
The only complication with that is they might not trust us. It's an ambush.
Right,
Especially-
fine. We'll be
So-
up front. Just
We can leave the body down here, and then just we grab it when they come. We can...
yeah, that's fine.
Alright, that's the plan.
So, everybody, let's just. I'm not going inside until they're here. So, you guys are more than welcome to go rest for a little bit or whatever, but you guys can handle his mother.
Alright, so as you guys are having this discussion, Elena, you're upstairs. Oh, Madam Elena. What had become of the gentleman you took outside?
I don't.
Was he one of the honored members of the Lord's Court? Everyone upstairs is talking about it. Is he okay?
I don't know. I
I-
don't know what's gonna happen.
But we know the Imperials are looking for him. I feel like we're going to do a predicament.
What is everybody else saying?
Well, is he? I mean, the Lord's Court would do anything for his people. Is he willing? I don't think, but maybe he is willing to give himself up for the purposes of saving his people. I don't know.
What does his mom have to say about all of this?
Do you want me to go grab his mother for him?
No, never mind.
Okay.
And I just look down at the ground.
Well, all right. She just kind of walks back inside.
Very well.
Very somber, right? All right. So you guys are just kind of waiting.
I think I'm just gonna go back outside. After
Do we owe it to the people inside?
I think you
Necessarily.
two do.
I think not necessarily.
You went back downstairs.
Oh, I thought they were coming up. I thought they were coming up.
Oh, did you guys
Yeah,
come back up?
yeah.
Okay, okay.
Where's Nathaniel going to go?
I see some
Holy
Oh!
The DM
False
says
alarm.
nothing.
Yeah, all right.
Maybe we do owe it to these people to explain that Nathaniel, as not necessarily truthful as it is, but to say that he didn't want to die at the hands of the Imperials and instead wanted to die an honorable death. Something of some sort of flavor of that.
So you're speaking to us?
Yes.
I will let you guys handle it.
So it's gonna fall down to you. Look, those people. I'm sure you know this. Like my kind. They don't like the kind that look like or have the same stature. I mean, to be quite frank, I could care fucking less what happens to the people inside. But I am gonna uphold my own. One I did have. I shall remain outside and look towards the river.
Guess I'm gonna go in.
Yep.
By myself.
Yep.
All right.
Be the bearer of bad news.
Okay, let's do it.
It's gonna sound the best coming from you than it would from any of us.
Margaret, fortune tea.
We getting a happy tune.
Oh, Arthur, how are you?
How is everyone?
Everyone is well. Except I have some news.
Except for the people.
So I kind of like kind of back up against the door a little bit to kind of
try to talk to
view the audience a bit. Everyone, I don't enjoy telling you this news that the man that was with us, we took outside, was in fact the member of the Lord's Court that the Imperials are looking for.
My boy? No. It was Fagel. He was my boy. What are you saying?
I know. He meant it true. However, he was playing with forces very powerful. And the Lord
What was he playing with? What do you mean?
very dark
A knife!
very dark and powerful magics that the Lord had him under. We personally asked Nathaniel after he told us why the Imperials were looking for him. We asked him, "Did you want to do?" We don't like the Imperials. Nobody in this house likes Imperials. They just burned down our home. After years and years of trying, they finally burnt it down. Under this pretext of finding and I don't even know many things. Regardless, he asked, Regal asked for us end his life his own terms versus the Imperials. Torturing him, killing him, cooking him, and eating, but with no salt or any spices.
My boy!
I'm so sorry.
Go ahead and roll performance with advantage. The real part was really nice. That was really good. That was a good touch.
I had moved over to this window to try to like peek in on the whole situation. Can I keep an eye on?
Yeah, with advantage, right?
Oh, advantage?
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
God,
I rolled a 2 and I'm like, no!
I said advantage because the regal part was really nice. Very, very touching.
14.
14. You're gonna end up seeing that, like, everyone in the room after you say that is just kind of very somber. And one of them ends up saying, "Long live the Lord, long live the freelance." You see them all just kind of just put their hands on their chest, clutch their shirts, then just kind of look down.
I would like to look at Cynthia, see what she's doing. See how she took the news.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll insight.
5.
When you look at her, it's really hard to get a read, but it feels like she's kind of in solace with her.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna stay by that window and just kind of watch.
All right. Do you guys want to do anything else, or we want to fast
I
forward?
have my reasons. I didn't just single her out. I
Thank you all for your understanding.
feel like I'm the only
We
one
will-
suspicious of her.
Yeah, you
Ma'am, if you point to the mom. Ma'am, if you'd like to see your son before we surrender his body to the Imperials.
This doesn't make any sense. He's my boy.
I'm truly sorry. But this is what he was.
But it's I didn't even know my boy. He's more of a coward than anything. It's just he sacrificed himself because of the group. I need to see my boy.
Please. I'll grab her, I pulled out my
Alright. So he's gonna walk downstairs and show her the body.
That's
can't wait to get home and see my mom.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything in the meantime?
I'm just sitting watching it.
All right. So he's gonna come back up, and the mom's gonna be very much in tears. All right. So about another hour passes. You're gonna end up seeing what looks like another 4 knights and a little bit more, just kind of general patrol just coming through as well. Very well there. Hey, you? What's up,
Yes.
man?
Arthur, you and Dina go grab him.
Alright.
It will be just a moment.
Very much looking forward to interrogating him.
Do you want to say anything to him as he says
Nope.
that? Okay.
Oh no, he died. That's crazy, right? Fuck.
All right, so you guys end up dragging the bike. What the hell is this?
Looking for.
It's not a man. That's a corpse.
Was.
Which
Well,
which member of the court is this? Watch that.
This
Believe
was this was the. I believe he was identified as Nathaniel.
What was
this
his
is-
title?
I believe.
I'm assuming if you interrogated him and killed him.
No. What happened was we grabbed him just to simply speak with him. As soon as we did so, he became immediately hostile, clutched his bag. We took his bag to see what was in it. And here's his bag. And immediately, as we took it, he
There's
became
just the
hostile.
jewels in there. That's all we left.
He grabbed this fellow's knife, began swinging it around wildly to keep us at bay.
You're on Nemesis.
All right. So you guys are kind of making your plan then to start heading out to, I'm assuming, a Shadowstone.
Yeah.
And we'll go ahead and end the session there.
On the road again.
All right.
Sing with me, Shrek.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been a episode back, finally, for Millennial Tavern. Just a reminder, we stream every Tuesday. So hopefully every Tuesday. I mean, we kind of had this last month, which was like a whole kerfuffle because everyone was like sick, gone, moving, just so many different things happening. But we're going to hopefully be back here every Tuesday. Go ahead and give us a follow on YouTube or subscription on YouTube. And be looking out for videos. We'll be posting the actual full length, so you can go ahead and catch up as well. Anything else you guys want to add?
Happy 4th of July tomorrow.
Yeah, happy 4th of July.
Big holiday, America's birthday,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Blow your fingers off.
Back it up,
Hey,
Terry.
beach.
Stay away from the hospital.
Yeah, stay away
Unless
from
you
the
have to go
hospital.
to the hospital.
Oh, fun fact for everyone, by the way. So America the Beautiful was actually written back in the 1800s. I think it was 1893 to be exact. But since it was written around then, it was just a poem of a woman who ended up traveling the United States and ended up seeing so many amazing things. And a couple years later, decided she wanted to write a poem about it. Well, the music for the actual thing, America the Beautiful, was actually written about a decade earlier, about 12 years to be exact. It was written by a man who was actually going from Coney Island back into New York City and ended up creating this little melody. Just enough where he thought it would be magnificent. Then later on, we end up taking both those pieces, putting them together, and creating this beautiful song called America the Beautiful that we now play on Independence Day. So there you go. Fun little bit of information. That
From
you
our
guys can
military
hear.
man.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah, okay, thank you for your service. All right, guys, take it easy. Have a fantastic 4th of July. I'll see you
Night,
guys.
everybody.
Peace, night.
Goodbye.
Oh, goodness.